Hello, bankers. A very good evening to all of you. Welcome back. Welcome to another session. I hope I'm clearly audible and visible to all of you. Yes, everyone, quickly join in and do let me know if I'm clearly audible and visible to all of you so that we can start our today's discussion. All right. So today's discussion is about your module module E. So today we will be targeting module E and like all the related areas within module E itself, right? So everyone quickly join in and do let me know if all good from my side so that we can start the discussion itself. The module, when it comes to module E, we have 6 unit. So today only we will be targeting all these 6 unit one by one. This session will take around 4 hours, downside 4 hours, right? So just allow me 1 minute. Sian sir is here. Subhash sir is. Yes, guys, everyone, other also very good evening. So this week is bit hectic for all of you because last week was all about your आपका 2 papers. Now this week we have many things, right? We have to prepare these particular one very well. So here we will try we will go through all the areas and we'll try to understand all these particular thing with a set of practice. Tomorrow we will be doing one set of practice itself, right? तो कल का session will be based on all unit आपका practice, all 25 units we will be doing with the help of MCQs and all, right? चलो, so when it comes to module E, hope everything is fine from my side. Huh? Those who are watching session live. Yes, so when it comes to module E, we have emerging scenario in HRM. So it include areas like contemporary practices in employee engagement. So this is something which is bit easy and small unit from your module E. Organizational culture and creativity, another small unit, right? Then when it comes to corporate sustainability and green HRM and including CSR things also. Then we have HR analytics, आपका, that is and the use of technology itself. Then we have VUCA and Vani scenario, the new approaches toward the crisis management basically. These are related tools related to crisis management. Then finally we have business ethics. This topic is very important, right? When it comes to business ethics, so it is all about the ethics things as well as the corporate governance and all, right? So corporate governance as well as CSR. So there are many things which are part of this particular topic, right? So let's start the discussion with very first unit. So when it comes to contemporary practices in employee engagement, this is like when it comes to employee engagement, so it is all about how we are increasing the productivity from the आपका different resources or because employees or human beings are one of the most important part. They generally drive the other resources in the organization, right? So how they are generally how we are keeping the morale level high of these particular people, and with that particular one how we increasing the overall efficiency of the organization. So employee engagement, which is आपका start with three things. One is the emotional engagement, the emotional buy-in, how the employees are like devoted toward the organization. Behavioral, their action आपका, ठीक है? So while they are doing any sort of actions and all, right? So the third one is आपका cognitive, the analytical things आपका, right? So the skill set and others. So these are the areas which is generally driving the overall organizational efficiency or what we can say success itself, right? So when it comes to the motive of the employee engagement or the positive side of engagement is to increase the efficiency from the organization things, or to increase the overall efficiency of the organization, which can be driven, or the major sources are human being because they are going to drive the other areas. So this is something an emergent and working condition as a positive cognitive, emotional and behavioral state directed toward the organizational outcome. So how these particular things are generally leading to the overall efficiency of the organization itself, right? So here the efforts plus आपका involvement which is equal to organizational success. The efforts, the motivation to go beyond the baseline capabilities. What is motivation, or the tools and others which we have discussed? So motivation is something ki, like people, they are feel they generally feel आपका being involved in the organization, and that lead to like put some sort of additional efforts toward their work, and that is eventually leading to the increase in efficiency. Involvement आपका, the behavior itself, how they are dealing with each others, or the group behaviors, the group norms, or which is generally eventually building the organizational culture. Or sincere dedication, love for the work, loyalty to the company's future things that deal to the success. So this is something basic expectations of organization from the people, and how it is driven. These are the elements which are generally part of this particular one. So engagement is all about increase, like involving people at the different stages, and kind of what we can say, like it is something key which is helping organization to effectively achieve their goals and all. Very simple one. Now mostly the when it comes to the banks or the other institution, okay, so they are led by the generation Y. So now when it comes to generation Y, the people under this particular category, they are innovative, they are tech savvy kind of, right? So they generally, the feature aapka, they are freedom driven. Basically they want higher autonomy, employee autonomy, right? Earlier people used to get work around the autocratic leadership and others. That was fine to them, because they kind of their need, they were usually आपका need and demand, need and आपका desire based. But nowadays people, they generally focus around the, they require some sort of autonomy around their work or the areas. They are tech savvy, right? They know the technology well. They have individual goal, and they give importance to the individual goal also. Recognition seeking आपका, right? So money is not the only factor to motivate them. They generally want to get recognized by the आपका leaders and all. So traditional hierarchical structure are kind of bit obstacles in this particular. If you are running your organization in a traditional way, that is not going to help you. So when it comes to the features आपका, they are technological integration. So how we can keep these particular things, or keep generation Y aligned with the organization. Treat employee as resident consumers of the information technology. Replace manual paperwork with the legally accepted social networking, mobile SMS and communication things. Utilize आपका platform like Slack or any other tools आपका, which we generally use for the office communication and all, right? Then cultural autonomy, provide a flexible आपका hours. Basically, like some people are, especially in startup, you will see these kind of this kind of culture. They are mostly pro employees आपका, right? So they generally provide the freedom around the working hours. Like if you are a morning person, you can start your work early morning. If you are a late person आपका, you can start your work late. Or your work from anywhere, especially this work आपका what it is called, work from home culture and others, right? Move away from the hierarchy things, allow self-organization into agile communities of the interest itself. That is something related to the autonomy. They generally want being heard, and they generally need an organization which is more innovative, or where they can make their own decision and all. So collaborative business goal with the personal matters. So here the ecosystem आपका, ठीक है, ensure pleasant onboarding experiences, establish inclusive mentorship programs, treat the future generation as respected potential knowledge hub, with generational with आपका, with the rather than the generational prejudice and all. So these are some areas which is kind of a basic requirements or demands from the generation Y people, right? So we have gone through all these particular one. So that is something, a list which is generally given in your book, and this is very basic, very understandable, doable, right? Once you will go through the practice portion, any आपका small topic or basic topic where things are like, I'm getting many comments का आपका कि sir just used to read out the things, so I'm not reading out these particular one. Just go through these particular one, and that will help you to understand the areas and all, right? चलो, तो working model आपका spectrum. So nowadays, earlier the traditional one was, it is usually not applicable to banking system, but this is not only about the banking things. This is surrounding the overall आपका business culture. So earlier, most of the work, like even 100% things was आपका physical. Even if it is you are doing a IT job, which can be easily handled through the remote areas, still people used to work from office itself, right? Then nowadays, or especially that COVID आपका pandemic, which generally push organizations toward the your virtual things and all, right? So because that become kind of a mandate for that particular one, but nowadays organization, they are preferring the hybrid model, okay? Basically they are allowing some sort of work related areas, like few days you can work from home or few days you can work from office. So it is managing the one-to-one interaction or the engagement, or the interpersonal relation among the people while they are coming to office, as well as it is also providing employee time so they can manage their work-life balances and others, which generally comes under this one. But work from home is kind of one of the major innovation. Like recently government also, like Prime Minister Narendra Modi sir also pushed this particular things, or even there are many benefits which are associated with this particular dynamic itself, right? So there are some demerits also, like sometime what happened, we enter into silos after when it comes to work from आपका home itself, right? So I'm also working from last 4 months, and I haven't went out from my house from last 4 months. So that is something kind of that is building some sort of silos. My entire things is related to this work only or this home only, right? But when it comes to the office interactions, anyhow you are going office, you are interacting with people, it will help you to ease your stress also, right? Sometimes when we get some sort of negative things, that generally impact आपका easily when it comes to culture like this particular one, right? So but when we interact with people, they also share something, we also share something, so that generally build these kind of areas, the benefit when it comes to enhance personal flexibility and work-life balances, increase आपका individual productivity for defocused tasks. Like it is something कि you are dedicated on this. Like if we visit office, like it is taking 1 hour, 2 hours of commute. So that time we are saving, right? Or even there are many other things also which can be saved through this particular people. They are living with their family, so that will provide some sort of mental support as well. So reduce absenteeism and significant financial saving for both employee and employer itself. When it comes to demerits, आपका high risk for the professional isolation and strained team relationships. As I gave the live example, it is for me, I'll take a 1 week leave just after this. So home based आपका distraction impacting the workflow sometime when you live in home, so like you have to do some homework also, right? You have to go for grocery shopping and others, there are many things आपका, ठीक है? And health issues also, right? It can create a mental as well as physical, ठीक है? Mental problems can be the major areas around this one, ठीक है? So HR engagement strategies, the solution, the communication, how HR can make this particular one effective. Implement daily stand-up meetings आपका by Zoom or any other tools to align priorities. आपको clarity, set meaningful output based on the goal rather than the tracking hours. Wellness आपका promote health and wellness activities like online yogas and others that can be promoted by the organization itself. So this is a basic आपका areas which are generally part of this one. So these are the areas and this. Now let's practice the questions. I have kept many questions around this. So I hope everyone will be able to answer these particular one. Very simple also. Shubhu sir, very, very good evening. Okay, Sir is saying option C. Other people also, guys. Pranav sir, very, very good evening. Sure. So, which of the following statement accurately reflect the nature and scope of employee engagement? So, employee engagement is purely emotional response to workplace relationship and leadership style. It is not only आपका, we cannot say it is only आपका emotional response, right? This should be wrong here, right? So it is all about आपका when it comes to the the overall the relationship, how an individual is contributing toward the organization emotionally, physically, right? It encompasses cognitive, emotional behavior, and emotional and behavioral dimension. There are three major elements which generally decide this particular one. Just now we have gone through this. Employee engagement is defined uniformly across all culture. No, every culture they have a different set of complexity and others, so that differ from one to other, right? Highly engaged employee often demonstrate discretionary efforts beyond the job requirement also. Yes, the engagement can be both qualitative and quantitative, assessed in term of performance and behaviors. Yes, 245 means 100%. Option C will be right answer for this particular one. The engagement involve both आपका more than it in आपका engage more than emotion, it cognitive, we have cognitions, and we have behavioral as well, right? The third statement was wrong. No single universal definition of engagement exists. Okay? It is contextual. It depend on the situation to situation itself, right? Ramesh sir, very good. Rani ma'am, very good evening. Yes. Okay, next question on your screen, guys. Which of the following accurately distinguish employees' engagement from motivation? So, what will be your correct? Text is visible to everyone, guys, right? Otherwise, I'll try to zoom it out. So, motivation is task specific, while engagement involve deeper emotional and cognitive immersions. True है. Motivated employees are more loyal to their organization than engaged. When it comes to motivation, it can be sometimes it include the greed also, right? So when it comes to your engaged employees are आपका more loyal than the motivated one, right? Motivation can be आपका personal also, right? But when it comes to engagement, it involves the entire organization things or devotion toward the organization. Engagement contribute more directly to customer satisfaction than the motivation. Engagement is about satisfaction and loyalty. Motivation is about performance under supervision. Engagement is about satisfaction and loyalty. This engagement is आपका about satisfaction. Actually, motivation is all about this satisfaction, loyalty, and performance. Engagement is about your emotional and cognitive immersion. So this should be wrong. Huh? We'll recheck this one, right? There is nothing called आपका engagement in this particular one. ठीक है? All these elements are related to motivation. Engagement reflect आपका sustained involvement in work, irrespective of changing external circumstances. This should be true. 134. Do we have 134? Yes. 135. 135. C should be right answer. We'll check the answer. Yes. So state engagement is more than satisfaction. It is about the alignment with organizational values. The element which are given here, they are related to the motivation itself. So that's why option C is the right answer. Very good, sir. Next one, guys. Yes, Praveen sir also. Very good. Next one. Which of the feature of effective associated with high level of employee engagement. So now can we increase the speed little bit, because we have 6 unit today, so it will go around 11:30. So like we can start big speed in speed also, right? So all employees in the same label, role, and आपका environment will exhibit similar level of engagement. No, it is wrong आपका, right? It is differ, right, from the position to position. Engagement level directly influence productivity and organizational आपका competitiveness. Yes. The next one is आपका engaged employees often act as brand ambassador for by promoting their workplaces. Engagement depend largely on salary, and this is motivation, not आपका engagement. Organization with the engaged employee experiences lower turnover and higher retention. This is 100% true. So 235 means option A will be right answer. So engagement varies individual and even the position level, even if at the identical role also. Engagement is influenced more by purpose, recognition, and alignment, not just based on the salary itself. Next one, guys. Very good, Praveen sir. Sarah sir, Shreyans sir. Good. Quickly. So, which of the following statement reflect the strategic importance of employee engagement in contemporary organization? So, strategic importance of employees engagement in contemporary or modern organization. So, what will be your correct answer for this one, guys? So HR department globally are investing less in engagement program due to automation. No, they are investing more in employee engagement. आपका, right? Every organization working around this should be wrong. Second statement, your employee engagement is essential factor for driving innovation and change adoption. With this, you will be having employee buy-in that will lead to these. Engagement strategies are identical across all organization. No, every organization they require their own tailored आपका approach for that particular one due to differences in the business style. Engage आपका employees exhibit proactive behavior contributing to team and organizational goal. The next one is generation Y employees require tailored engagement strategies to align with the organizational expectation. 245 means again option A will be right answer for this one. Very good, guys. I guess this question was bit easy and everyone correctly marked this one. Nice. Next one. Which of the following statement correctly identify the key drivers of employee engagement? Drivers of आपका employee engagement. A hierarchical instruction based on communication model enhance the employee trust and engagement. So when it comes to hierarchical or instruction based, it generally provides some sort of obstacles, right? So it is something we require more open and transparent system, not that top to bottom areas or autocratic or आपका these kind of activities. So then आपका recognition and timely feedback mechanism can improve employee emotional commitments. That is true. When you are recognizing the efforts of the people, or the if you are giving the positive feedbacks to the people, so that will improve the emotional commitment of the people, right? Challenging and meaningful work contribute employee driving pride and inspiration. So challenging goal always. There is a goal setting theory, Lockean Lythams. We have discussed that one somewhere. So that is some that says ki challenging goal that generally motivate people, right? Employee engagement can be improved by offering equal opportunities for learning and career development. Yes. So they'll be having trust around the organization. Next one, clear organizational value and strong CSR initiative contribute to building up people centric culture also, that is also good too, right? So 2345, 2345, yes, without any doubt option A will be right answer for this particular one. Very good, guys. Next one. If you're having any doubt any with any statement and all, please do let me know so I can help you out with this. So which of the following statement reflect the typical trait and work behavior of generation Y millennial employees? So okay, Generation Y professional prefer face-to-face communication and traditional आपका mentoring format no. ठीक है. So this is आपका they are tech savvy. So they preferred आपका online or digital tool and all. They seek independence, high autonomy, flexibility over the monetary compensation and आपका work hours, right? So this is true. Um, your generation wide display entrepreneurial qualities and desire quick recognition. Yes. The next one, loyalty of generation Y primarily toward the meaningful project rather than the lifelong आपका employment. They avoid leadership position due to lack of long-term commitment. No, this is not the one, right? So 234 means option D should be right answer for this particular one. Very good, Sarasa. Another also, guys, right? Praveen sir, people centric means आपका where it was. It was in previous question. क्या? Can you help me with the statement so I can help you out with the question? Praveen sir, in which question we have this one? I'm not getting that one right now. Question number 5. Okay, this statement 5 of us. So it is clear organizational value and strong CSR initiative contribute to building a people-centric culture. People-centric culture means आपका where you are giving priorities to the human beings, right? So like this people-centric organization means an organization which is generally taking care about the human beings of that organization, right? So let's say whenever we are making any decision and also we are considering or in even organizational DNA also we generally considering organization as an important human as an important part of that particular organization. So organization those who are contributing toward the CSR or the other aspect of they get involved in these, they generally get buy-in for these particular one. Praveen sir, you got this one. So that this way basically they are increasing the आपका engagement आपका basically they are increasing the employee engagements and all, right? चलो next one, guys. Next one, which of the following statement are among the major expectations that bank and organization have from generation Y employees? So functioning as change agent to improve the outdated organizational structure. So generation Y, they generally act around this. True hai. Avoiding high risk taking decision in order to preserve organization. No, they are risk taker actually. Sharing new age knowledge with generation X, आपका employees for skill alignment. Yes. Then the next one is your injecting innovation into our product design and delivery model, conforming strictly to existing work protocol without challenging them. No, this is wrong. Aapka, theek hai? So 134 means option D will be right answer for this particular one. Very good. So they are in आपका encouraged to rethink and आपका reshape outdated norms, and the organization expect them to take bold decision and आपका embrace the risk itself. So basically they are major change agent in the organization itself, right? Nice. Next one. Which of the following strategies would be the most effective in engaging आपका generation Y professional? So as a manager, as a leader, when you are handling a team of generation Y, so what will help you आपका to manage these particular one very well? So what will be your correct answer? So implementing rigid work hours and standardized task structure to ensure uniformity. This will not help, right? This is just opposite after. So this is wrong. Introducing collaborative work environment with scope for team-based innovation. Yes. Assigning role that involve continuous learning and problem solving. Provide autonomy along with the clear definition of responsibility and accountability. Autonomy is like the decision making powers, right? Especially it comes to the laissez-faire style after where maximum decision about their job is taken by the person itself. Emphasis, emphasizing the tenures, long-term tenures with one organization. No, okay? They do not see the long-term future with any organization, right? 234. Okay? So 234 means option D again will be right answer for this particular one. Very good. Next one, guys. So the statement strategies to engage our generation Y employees in bank. So the statement regarding the strategies to engage generation Y employees in bank. So generation Y employee prefer top-down communication. No. Hierarchy. This is like the same statement, huh? Top-down is kind of a order-driven things, right? Or hierarchical आपका where leader are giving orders to the subordinate having least autonomy. So this is not fit to this. Generation Y engagement is enhanced by the workplace आपका customization of IT and social integration. Yes. The flexible working hours and visualization is part of this particular one. Generation Y employees typically motivated by high compensation. It is not necessarily right. This should be wrong. Encouraging employee to cooperate, co-create work-life balances program, improve the engagement. Yes, 235. 235 means option A will be right answer for this particular one. What you guys suggesting? Yes, option A only will be the right answer for this particular one. Right. Now next one. Next one, we have unit number 21, which is all about organizational culture. So, right, we have read this particular one before also, but creativity is new thing, which is mostly driven by the change itself. So when it comes to organizational culture, we always try to build a positive culture. Positive culture means आपका people's morale motivation is high, ठीक है? The engagement आपका is high from the people itself, right? And they are having a positive attitude toward the organizational change, or kind of culture is something the behavior things, right? So how individual they generally behave within the groups, or how groups behave within the organization. The factors आपका basically it is two way. It is employee as well as employer, right? How they have created the structure, or the kind of the atmosphere आपका, like if it is rigid, so it will have some sort of negative consequences. If it is positive, so like we have participative approach and others, it will, or organization model is kind of collegial where leaders are working as a coaches and team members are working as a team itself, right? And they are having a joint responsibility around the goal and others. So there are many things. अब now see, when it comes to the areas, we have individual culture versus organizational. Up, see what challenge we face initially. Individual is having a different, each and every individual is having a different cultural background, right? Due to our education system, our past experiences, the places we belong and all. Organization is having a different aapka culture system. Now the goal is, leadership goal is to like basically what we want, the organization is much bigger than the individual, so we have to create a alignment of individual interest toward the organizational interest. Okay? So basically you have to create a system which generally आपका making some sort of alignment आपका toward the organizational culture, means the peoples are basically motivated, or they are acting according to the organization culture, or else we can create a win-win situation. Creativity, that is आपका innovation, entrepreneurship basically. Then आपका the other areas, ethical organization culture and all. So these are some areas. Let's first discuss the concept areas. Organizational culture and employee creativity are a key driver of the organizational effectiveness, growth, innovation, and आपका long term success. Now they are interlinked. Why they are interlinked? Because if employee, the organization is having an open mindset toward the new things or new changes, then this person will be able to think आपका out of the box, right? And eventually what we are achieving these particular thing. So it is a work environment that surround employees and influence the overall areas like work, आपका enjoyment, how much you enjoy that particular work, और आपका the relationship, interpersonal relationship among the team members or leader and subordinate, or management versus peer, और आपका work processes, right? So these are kind of the core elements of your organizational culture, and if they are at the positive side, so it will lead to the innovation, growth, effectiveness, and these particular ones. So culture is largely intangible and visible only through the manifestation at the work, in the workplaces. Creativity is a critical success factor that help organization to grow, innovate, and आपका remain competitive. Even if you go for the आपका like your chart also na business cycle, right? So we have आपका growth, then we have boom phase, sometime we face आपका contraction, then आपका trough, then आपका growth. So this is something every business is going through these particular phases. अब this is your peak phase आपका, ठीक है, or your growth phase. How you achieve another peak आपका? So this can be driven only through आपका innovation, creativity, and others. If you stop innovating yourself, like we have example of Nokia. If you see the Nokia company, right? So there was a time that was one of the most famous mobile making company in the world, but they did not innovate, right? So they faced the आपका decline itself. We have example of that Kodak, the camera making company na, the reel making company. They stick to that आपका the reel wala concept. They miss out the opportunity of digital camera and all. Later on they enter into this, but till that time there was many other competitors who grow in the market itself. So this is something ki if you will not innovate, your innovation will be driven by the employees itself, right? So if you will not innovate in that particular way, anyhow you are going to lose a market shares or the competitive as in the organization itself, right? Ambassadors car, yes, हाँ, बिल्कुल श्रेयांश सर, ठीक है. Ambassadors car we have, or even later on they're trying to put many efforts, but they are not getting. Motorola company, आपका that mobile phone, there are many more examples who lose this particular one, right? So at peak आपका, if you will not innovate, or at every peak if you will not innovate, like companies like आपका Apple, every year they come up with their product and they completely sold out. They are coming up with some new things and they are selling those particular areas. They have created that brand image among the people itself, or any other the Google things or the other one. So they are having these kind of perspective in the market, right? So when it comes to organization, what is organization and आपका culture? The organization is a group of people, that's a company basically, right? A collection of people pursuing to achieve a common goal. Culture is आपका intangible environment surrounding by employees at work. It shapes the work enjoyment, relationship, processes, and others that we have discussed earlier also, right? Now, the four key characteristics of the organizational culture. like uniqueness. Every culture have a uniqueness, right? So like as an individual, I have a different culture, you have a different culture, someone else is having a different culture, because we belongs to diverse background. Yeah, I have a different family background, social or educational and others thing, you have a different one, right? So every person similarly here also, because culture which is a kind of a collective of these particular people. Similarly, organization is also having a different culture. So different organization may have a similar goal but different way to achieve those particular one. Culture help employee आपका employee selection, help in employee selection. The organization hire people who fit to their work environment and values. Sometimes what happen when we take the behavioral interviews, so we generally consider this like sometimes there's a person who is आपका perfectly matched for the job, but due to that cultural आपका differences, we know कि if this person will come in our organization, he won't be able to आपका sustain for 3 months or 6 months, because that person is not organizational fit. Skill wise and everything is fine. That's why we are taking interviews, right? Culture is dynamic, so it change with the organization growth, goal and आपका external factor. It must be nurtured and managed continuously, right? Culture shape the organizational identity itself. So it is something strong internal culture become part of the company's external image and brand like Tata. So because they have developed a ecosystem when it comes to Indian businesses, why people easily believe in Tata. Even bigger than that, we have Reliance. But if Tata is coming up with some product, still today also, people are easily trusting on that particular brand rather than Reliance, because they have created that kind of image in the market. It helps organization to stand out and achieve the success itself. So basically, the organization culture or corporate culture, the way the organization conduct its business, treat employees, customer, and a wider community means stakeholders. So culture is basically all about your stakeholders, how you are treating the stakeholders. Whenever you are making any decision, how you are like, let's say if you are having a monopoly in that particular field, so for a time being, you do have that option कि you can charge आपका any prices, because you do not have any competition. But how you taking the decision, you are taking care about the community, society, customers or employees, or up or not, that will decide the culture. The extent to which freedom is allowed in decision making, developing new ideas and personal expression, how power and information flow through the hierarchies आपका top to bottom, how committed employees are toward the collective objective. How committed employees they are basically contributing toward the आपका organizations or their goal ideas and everything, right? So when it comes to dimension of organizational culture, you can go with this list if that is confusing, right? So feature of organization culture, it is आपका innovation, risk orientation, encourage creativity. So there are organization culture which is saved by the several characteristics. Someone who is innovative, especially the as we took an example of your आपका company like Apple or SpaceX or any other one. Okay? So encouraging creativity, risk taking, and innovation, attention to detail, precision orientation, which there are some companies who generally precise around the content part, the core, the service, the आपका accuracy, ठीक है, precision and careful work. आपका some is outcome oriented, they just have to increase the outcome, focus on result and achievement goal, emphasis on people driven आपका, ठीक है, they are taking value the fairness, respect and dignity toward the employees, teamwork oriented आपका collaboration, promote आपका teamwork based on this, employee autonomy, how much power or delegation you are doing with your employees, how much right you are giving to them so they can make their own decision, people centric आपका consider impact on decision on people in the organization, any decision and how it is going to impact their people or employees basically, aggressiveness, competitive oriented आपका, right? So encourage competitiveness and आपका outperforming rivals also. So these, like every organization, they are having a different they have built up a different culture. some generally fall under the, like most of the organization, they are kind of a mix of many element. Like there is an organization which is innovative, they are they are teamwork oriented, they are aggressiveness, they are having some sort of aggressiveness. Another organization, they are focusing on the outcome, they work around the autonomy and are people centric. So a kind of a mix trait which you will see in the organization, right? I hope this is clear, right? Next one, individual culture versus organizational culture. The individual, how that is something related to the person centric, right? And this is as a organization whole. So every person has their own culture, value, belief system, norms, behaviors. These are inherent from the family, social, or our experiences and others. Employee bring these culture into the workplace, right? So this we have discussed earlier also. Like as an individual, I have a different set of आपका cultural norms which I learned from my society, my family, my education, my experiences and all. As an individual, you are having a different. But when we collectively join that organization, so कहीं ना कहीं these all factors will get आपका reflect while I'll do some action. So my cultural background will impact those particular action, or when I'm making any sort of आपका perception toward the objectives and all, they'll generally reflect. So organizational culture, organization need align आपका diverse individual culture with the organizational values and goal. This is something की alignment of the challenges, alignment of these individual culture toward the organization, because organization is much bigger than the individual, right? A strong corporate culture promote employee engagement and teamwork, which is common for all. Management role is to understand employee differences and create a culture to support the productivity itself. I hope this is clear to everyone, guys, right? Then right, chalo. Now the next one, we have creativity. So what is creativity and organizational creativity and other areas. So again, individual versus organizational creativity. We'll just directly come to the upper chart. So when it comes to creativity, it is all about innovation, finding a new way आपका to perform any job, right? So coming up with new ideas, a kind of entrepreneurship, right, in a person. So organizational creativity is a creation of valuable, useful new product, services, process, idea, procedures by individual working together in the complex social system. It promote collaboration आपका and continuous learning and new ways to doing things to address the changing opportunities and challenges. Like let's say we are delivering a class, suppose that there's HRM subject. So two ways is आपका कि we can go through all the areas and all. अब the problem, the customer wise, as a banker, you have a problem कि this subject can be a 300 hours session आपका, right? अब the challenge is कि as a banker, you do not have that much of time. What to do for that particular one? So what we can do, we can have a, like we can eliminate the unnecessary things from the syllabus and we can work around the focus areas, and we club this particular one and we are covering this particular one within, suppose that 15 hours, 20 hours, whatever it is taking up, so that we can at least make sure कि we can get आपका this 50 marks, 60 marks, whatever the goal it is, right? So that is something आपका, that is a value creation for a user. Okay, you are solving, whenever you are solving a new problem, that is equal to your creativity. So innovation and creativity are closely linked and essential for the business success. Sustainability in this. So the basic characteristics when it comes to this one, it is operational autonomy and freedom. The characteristics that increase the creativity. So if you'll be giving autonomy to or freedom to the people, it will help, because like let's say you have tell a person कि you have to do this particular job आपका by this way, ठीक है? You have given a target or task to the person. Now if you will not आपका restrict कि you have to do it by this way, if you will restrict like that, so he will be following the steps and there will be no creativity because he is not using his own brain. But if you will give the liberty, that laissez-faire, you decide however you want to do it, but you have to do this. So he will try the best way to find out, he'll try to find out the best way so that he can perform this particular job in आपका at a minimum time duration or with a speed and accuracy and all, right? So because he'll try to save his own time or achieve that particular one efficiently and all, right? So setting the challenging goal always motivate people. That's why assigning आपका demanding task also, which is in demand, so he will feel आपका valued. Recognition for high performance, you are giving the reward also. Sense of urgency and timelines, right? You have to do this within this time frame. Now if we will be having, like, see, if you'll study this subject throughout the 6 month, or if you study the subject for the next 6 days, reason being, now you have some sort of urgency, you have a fixed time duration, so your brain will also work around the things. Otherwise you will feel very bored with this one, because this is completely static subject. No one can do this. We just have to do the reading. Even if you will study this particular topic, you will be able to make yourself understand. But reason being, we do not have that much of time. Availability of sufficient resources, that can be resource constraint आपका, right? So when one person is pushing forward, a role modeling in creativity आपका, social persuasion, we are seeing other people how they are how they have done that similar type of job in past. Urge acquire new knowledge or आपका skill set, spotting creative in this. So this is something how we are generally building the areas, how we generally helping in the आपका different portion, right? Now the creativity versus innovation, there are two things, team. So creative or innovation, they seems आपका similar. So generating a novel or useful idea in concept, it is something implementing that creative ideas to develop a new product and services and processes. Okay, the creativity is आपका generating that idea, or implementation of that idea is basically your innovation. So it is idea generation, it is आपका idea implementation. Primarily individual, mental and cognitive, it is आपका organizational process or real world external application, right? So here basically it can be, idea can be from one person, but when you implementing that particular one, you will be requiring a team of resources and other coordination, that is your innovation. Process आपका detergent thinking, combining the existing knowledge in new way. It is transforming idea into visible solution that achieve the value itself. So relationship, creativity generate the idea that serve as the fundamental prerequisite for the innovation. Innovation is the application of your आपका idea generation itself, right? This is आपका all about creativity and innovation. The organization behavior, this topic we have read earlier also, I guess in this module only, module A or B somewhere. So when it comes to आपका organization behavior, it is all about, the study shows how an individual behave within group, or how group behave within organization, right? So organizational behavior, how individual and group behave within the organization. It examine the interaction between people and organization. Objective is to improve organizational effectiveness and आपका your performance itself, right? So because most of the thing, if there will be more and more classes, obviously these things will be, it will be having a negative effect. If there will be high synergy, more and more interaction, it will increase आपका effectiveness and performance itself, right? So four elements of this particular one is people, the people in the organization, because they are the major, they are going to drive the other resources. The structure आपका, ठीक है, structure which is defined by the organization, matrix और आपका flat और आपका functional, divisional and all, right? Technology being employed in the organization, the complexity and others, and the overall environment or the culture which is provided by the organization itself, right? So these are the areas which is generally impact the overall one. Now the organizational creativity, so it is led by the leadership style. We can have आपका, when it comes to organizational creativity, so we have leadership style, participative, which is suggested. Participative leadership means where leader and subordinate, they are jointly making the decision, right? So that is leader's vision. The आपका, we have you remember that transactional and transformational leaders are visionary in nature, like how we see sometimes we compromise in short term, because we know the outcome in long term. So that is the vision of that particular person. And develop आपका effective group itself. So while you are आपका selecting those particular group and all, effective selection is आपका bit important. Resources and skills, sufficient resources, effective system and challenging work itself. When it comes to structure and system, आपका we have long terminism, flat structure, supportive evaluation of employees, and rewarding creative. Flat structure is basically where there is a continuous interaction between leader and subordinate itself. So that structure and system which will also impact the overall आपका creativity itself. So like let's say if person is coming up with some idea, if that person is having a proper platform where they can put out those particular ideas, or leaders an interaction with the leaders, so that will something provide some sort of okay, there is no mediocres in between who is not allowing to pass on that idea. So that is something, that's why flat structure is more suitable or helpful in this case. Organizational culture, just now we have talked around this कि आपका the communication, risk taking must be there, right? Self आपका initiated activities, we have participative safety, trust and respect for the individual. Organizational climates आपका participation, freedom of expression, performance standards, interaction with the small barriers, large number of stimuli. We have freedom to experiments or building on earlier ideas, right? So these are some elements which generally increase the overall organizational creativity itself. So when it comes to in organizational climate and creativity, so climate will refer to the overall impression of the working environment that influence the employee behavior, attitude, frame this. It is strong आपका, it affect the organization climate is culture, positive will help positive in this one, right? So participation and freedom expression, performance standard with the freedom in आपका freedom to experiment, आपका interaction with small various in this. So factors which influence the creativity, we have gone through this: organizational climate, culture, leadership style, आपका resource and skills, and structure system itself, right? So whatever we have gone through that particular chart itself, they are generally mentioned in this particular one. So one reading itself, you can understand the areas, then we will be practicing. Qualities of a creative leader or manager. Now, the role of manager is very, very important in this journey, because that is the person who is going to, or that generally work as a liaison between management and the people itself, right? So how he communicating things or passing on information, that is very important. Or how he maintaining the employee morale, how he keeping that using the leadership skill to motivate them or keep their morale high, that is very important in this particular case. I hope you guys also have gone through this kind of thing scheme. There are many studies says people leave आपका organization not आपका due to the organization, they leave just because of their managers, right? So this is something, the role of this person is very important in the organization. So managerial creativity involves आपका generating novel ideas, setting things. This creative leader manager must be both creative person and effective leaders. So the areas are to acquire new knowledge आपका, is like the person is not acting as a divide and rule. He's coming up with some sort of, he's promoting the idea culture in the organization. He's telling the people ki you should come up with new ideas so that we can work, and giving them credit also. If somebody is coming up with some wrong ideas also, that doesn't mean ki आपका publicly humiliating those. So he generally giving them feedback so that next time they can आपका come up with better ideas, right? Compassion आपका, empathy, sensitivity, responsibility. Then we have involvedness, maturity, आपका visionary thinking, and all these. Boldness, so risk taking and passion. Autonomy, freedoms, we have discussed many times. Flexibility and self-reliance, the trust itself, efficacy and others, which generally comes under this. Okay, so this is all about your आपका unit number 21. Right, now let's practice the question. Please do avoid these numbers. So tomorrow we will be doing आपका one set of आपका question where we will be discussing all the आपका we will be discussing all the like a unit wise practice complete and complete new set of question again. Then then day after I'll try to help you out with आपका a concept revision. Tomorrow I'll share one PDF आपका compiled PDF for all 25 units with the important areas. That same PDF we will be discussing day after tomorrow, right? So, which of the following statement correctly describe the culture and organizational culture? Culture and organizational culture. So, culture consists shared upper cognitive pattern in social behavior developed through the individual experimentation alone. Organizational culture define how employees experience the workplace and how values shape their action. Culture is a fixed attribute. No, it is not a kind of one time thing or one size fit all, right? Organizational culture encompass both the visible practice and the underlying belief and assumptions of the members. Yes, culture act as a group identity and help distinguish one organization from others, like 2 4 5, like people having some sort of notion now, like let's say if a person working with ISRO, so we have a different image. If a person working with Google, so we have a different image right? If a person is working with some small organization, we are having a different perspective. A person working with RBI or a person working as a normal banker, so for both the person, because that brand image created by the organization itself, right? Next one. Yes. So, aggressiveness in organizational culture refer to the assertiveness and competitiveness as in the market. आपका true है, that is aggressive, the aggressive organization. So, when it is आपका organizational culture is aggressive, they are means their assertiveness and competitiveness is very high, right? Like your आपका this SpaceX, the person itself, Elon Musk, that is very आपका competitive and all, right? The next one, organization emphasis outcome, always focus on ethical mean to achieve आपका goal. Organization emphasizing outcome, no, they are not actually ethical. Even for outcome, sometimes they generally compromise on the ethical ground, right? They are result oriented. People centric culture value the decision affected to stakeholders. Yes. Next one, attention to detail is irrelevant in high innovation. Attention to detail is important, right? Then only you will be able to innovate or find out the new ways to perform the job. Role oriented culture function best is stable and unchanging market condition. Role oriented culture function best and stable. This is true. 135. 135 means option A will be. Why you guys are not answering? Yes. Who answered this? Aapka virtually ma'am only, right? And Aapka Rani ma'am. Okay. Other people also, guys, try this. These are very basic. Just now we have gone through all these particular statements. Which of the following statement related to relate accurately to individual and organizational creativity? What will be your correct answer, guys? So individual creativity is solely dependent on cognitive intelligence and educational background. No, it is not only about this one, right? It is about the all the personality characteristics, right? How flexible they are, how the learning attitude and all openness to experience and all, right? Organizational creativity involve collective generation of valuable ideas or innovation. Creativity in individual is enhanced with ambiguity is completely eliminated. It is not आपका ambiguity is kind of some sort of doubt in others, right? So this is creativity in individual is enhanced when ambiguity is completely eliminated. Ambiguity is something which is keeping us in doubt, so those doubts sometimes lead to आपका innovation. This should be wrong, we will recheck this, huh? Leadership and work environment play a significant role in nurturing the creative behavior. Organizational creativity contribute to organizational ability to adopt and compete the changing market. Yes, 2 4 5 2 4 5. I'll go with option C. What you guys suggesting? Right? Yes, option C only will be right answer. Which was the statement? Statement 3. Creativity often thrive in environment with some ambiguity, right? Suppose that, like, let's say there is a way, this is like that. So if we will think this is the ambiguity, if it would be straight up like this, so there is no there is no doubt. We do not have any option in this one because this is straight only, right? The person will think about, "Ki yaar, why this can be like this only." So that is an innovation, right? So that's why that is the wrong statement. Correct hai? Yes, Elvin sir join us. Option C. Where is Abhijit sir? Abhijit sir watching in this session or not? Abhijit sir will come आपका anytime like to 1 a.m. or in the night. He'll put some message and he'll leave. Huh? Abhijit sir, are you watching the session? Or I guess you got some workload also, and you have to study, huh? Like CAIB is nothing like you'll do 1 week things or you'll pass. Believe me, guys, this is something you have to understand these concepts. Like sometime this time also happened. There are few candidates those who are develop very good understanding, still they fail. Up you cannot stick to that particular part, right? So this sometime it is luck also, but this is something key. You anyhow you have to go through the concept part, or you have to understand things, or you require some sort of patience. If you have cleared JIB in single attempt by going through marathon, please leave that notion behind, because that is something maybe that happened by for first time, but it is not a kind of a permanent thing, right? Just start building or understanding areas and all that will help. This is I can suggest you, or like I can try my best in my capabilities. I'm not saying I am the only person, so there are many people those who are trying best stuff, right? So that you guys can in a simplified way आपका, right? So they can help you, or आपका they can guide you in that particular journey. So this is sometimes it is luck also, but आप anyhow you have to study. ठीक है, that is the only point. So study is must, huh? Anyhow you have to go through. So, which of the following statement accurately describe how organizational culture impact the performance engagement? A misaligned culture can lead to dissatisfaction and underperformance, even product risk firm. आपका yes, this has happened with many organizations. Financially they are very good, but आपका sometimes due to the cultural challenges आपका there is these kind of problems, right? Then the next one, a healthy organizational culture is irrelevant for employee motivation. No, it is very important. Shared norms and value guide internal conduct and influence external brand perception also. As I gave you an example of Tata, organizational culture has no role. Very wrong. Like people want to join Google, people want to join TCS, Tata, and others. Why? Because they have created this brand value, right? Strong internal culture often reflect a company external branding and market appeal also. Yes. So 135 means option C will be right answer for this particular one. Very good, guys. Nice. Next one. Subhash sir also reached here. Huh? Next one, guys. Which statement correctly highlight the interaction between creativity, innovation and organizational dynamics? ठीक है, so creativity आपका innovation and organizational dynamic. It is not limited or confined to research and development. It is आपका, it can apply to general business strategies also. First should be wrong. Innovation is innovation is an isolated process independent of culture or team. Again, this is wrong, right? Innovation, creativity to innovation. We need आपका interconnection, people, team, and others, right? Creativity and innovation are essential to respond rapidly evolving market in this. True है. Organizational structure, leadership, and context influence the emergence of creative behavior. Creativity and innovation together drive the long-term sustainability. True है. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5 means option C will be right answer for this particular one, right? So first, creativity is valuable across the function and strategies. Innovation is deeply rooted to culture and collaborative, because creativity can be done in isolation or by a person, but when we innovate that particular one or implement that particular one, we need a team. Chirag sir, very good evening. Which of the following statement correctly reflect the impact of organizational climate on creativity? So, organizational climate shape employee mindset, influencing their willingness to engage in creative behavior. The next one is a rigid performance-driven climate with minimal freedom. आपका maximum, it is minimum creativity, right? Because people are not having autonomy to come up with the ideas. So how they'll आपका create, right? Creative climate are generally marked openness, interaction, and freedom to experiment. Yes. The next one is आपका climate play no role in psychological process. It does. An open and participative climate is typically absent in deliberately conservative organization. Yes, 1, 3, 5 again. Option A will be right answer for this particular one. Very good. So option A will be right answer. Why you guys are not answering? Huh? Okay, Alvin sir answering. Next one, guys. So which of the following statement best represent how leadership style influence the organizational creativity? Leadership style versus leadership style influence the creativity, right? I guess this was the last subtopic which we have read. Visionary leaders promote creativity by, visionary means आपका the transformational leaders, huh? Transactional, task oriented, transformational, visionary. By communicating future goal clearly across all level, 100% true. Transformational leader discourage team from taking a risk due to top down control. No, ठीक है. Transformational is visionary, they encourage people आपका, right? They encourage people. Leaders, leadership, sorry, leaders who encourage new skill development contribute to आपका building creative teams. Yes. Leadership style different in team feedback generally boost the idea generation. Leadership style indifferent to team feedback. No, this is again wrong, right? So participative leaders inspire employee to come up with new idea. True hai. Participative, we have autocratic, participative, laissez-faire. Autocratic is I'm the boss, you have to do this by this way. Participative, where decisions are jointly made by leader and subordinate. Laissez-faire, the delegative, where mostly decisions are taken by the आपका employees. But when it comes to participative, it is something a collaborative approach, right? 135. So option C will be right answer for this particular. Transformational leaders is leaders conducive to creativity and indifference to feedback आपका suppress the creativity itself, right? So this is the one. Next one, guys. Okay. Unit number 22. So when it comes to unit number 22, corporate sustainability, the new terms आपका, right? Green HRM, आपका green initiatives, EHRM basically. This we have EHRM we have read in ABM, so this will be easy to revise. A social and environmental approach to people management, right? How we are social and environmental means culture related things, आपका again behavioral things. So concept of corporate sustainability, right? This is like we have our traditional HRM, strategic HRM. Now we are going beyond strategic HRM. It is sustainability, right? So we can, this is something key. We are making a system which is kind of permanent part of the organizational DNA. Like let's say we are a change system. Okay, we have like people are very ready to any sort of change. That is we have integrated. This is not kind of a one-time thing. That is we have built up a system which is आपका every time we can execute with same or a better speed and accuracy. Evolution of the strategic HRM to sustainable HRM. Strategic HRM, you remember everyone, right? Strategic HRM is आपका basically aligning the HR activities with the corporate आपका. Now it is आपका the new one which is strategic HRM. So then we have sustainable HRM, sustainable HRM, then green HRM in banking way. That is something which generally comes under this particular one, right? So let's discuss or let's talk about this. The shift to corporate sustainability, short term versus long term. Let's go for this one. Okay. So corporate sustainability, when it comes to this, corporate sustainability is a business approach that balance economic, social, and environmental goal. It focuses on meeting present need without compromising the ability to future generation to meet their need itself, right? So this is something we are building a system which is helping us in these which is considering present as well as upward to the future itself. So the key areas आपका which generally comes under this, create long-term stakeholders value. So like the transformational things basically, right? Promote ethical, social and environmental, cultural and economic responsibility आपका. That is another one. Focus on long-term growth rather than short-term profit. Ensure responsibility use of natural resources. Support employee development, transparency and fair treatment of stakeholders, right? So sustainability means आपका like this is something he today you are doing good and we want to maintain that same or a better future in the better future for the organization in the coming days itself, right? So this is something we are long term driven. Like this is something ki, like let's say there is a organization who is working on integrity is core part of this. Let's say there are two choices. One is as a salesperson of the organization, I have to do a sale of 1 crore. Anyhow, I have to make it this. We are making false commitment to the customers and others. That is a short-term approach. Maybe in short term, you will be able to hit this target, but the false promises and everything which you have done, that will impact your long-term sustainability because that wrong customer feedback will lead you or that will destroy you in the market or that will lead to a bad organizational image itself. So what we are doing, maybe in short term, even we won't be able to achieve this number. We just focusing around the survival, but we are building something which will help us to create a good brand value or customer delight or the team itself, whatever team we are having. So these all areas, ethical, social, environmental, cultural, economic responsibility. Okay? So we are keeping all these particular one in mind and we are building an organization which is helping or which is like suitable for the long term things. So three pillars are there. One is environmental pillar. So it is overall based on the corporate sustainability built up on three areas. So first one is environmental pillar. So focus on the impact of business activities and decision on the environment. Promoting processes and system that reduce the environmental impact, right? This is something nowadays, even this is a demand from the customers also. Like customer prefer those companies who are environmental friendly and all. By law also, we want to achieve that net zero carbon emission and other things. That is something which generally comes from there. Social pillar, this is आपका how you taking care around the communities, people and all. So it is emphasis the treatment of employee and stakeholders, fostering a workforce connection beyond the business relation. Activities like establishing safety culture, ensuring customer आपका product in this. This is called your corporate governance. How you are, like whenever you are making any decision, you are considering all these particular stakeholders in your decision. You are just not targeting shareholders, value creation or a profit maximization. You also considering आपका areas like this. Eventually economic player also. Okay? Involvement strategic efficient. So you can socio-economic promote this, means you can maximize the ROI for the shareholders. So this is something how we generally trying to create a sustainability in the market so that we can आपका grow, right? So here आपका the next one which we have, that is CSR, corporate social responsibility versus आपका sustainability. So CSR could be a prerequisite for your आपका sustainability, right? So when it comes to the element itself, so it could be a prerequisite for your sustainability itself, right? So now when it comes to the areas, let's go through if this is okay. I guess this is visible, right? Sure. So here आपका CSR, it is about the compliance, voluntary active, social, corporate social responsibilities. I hope everyone is aware about this now. So CSR is kind of a, which is an activity which is done by companies toward the आपका positive contribution toward the environment and societies, right? In India, we have Section 135, Section 135 of Companies Act, which generally govern this. Usually, in most of the countries, in developed countries, you will see CSR is voluntary, but in our country, it is आपका mandatory. It is a, if you will not follow this particular one, it is a civil wrong, and it will attract a monetary penalty up to 1 crores to the company or 2 lakh to the आपका compliance officer, right? So this is about a compliance. That's why it is mentioned compliance or voluntary activities sometime team. So as I gave you an example of Indian context आपका, so it is आपका compliance as well as voluntary. For some companies it is voluntary also, right? Those who do not fall under that category. Focus on the present, look backward आपका team. So what we have done, we have to spend 2% of your net profit on the these particular one in last 3 years. So target of आपका opinion formation, protect company reputation and managed by the communications and all. When it comes to this is something about the core business operation, focus on the future and long term viability of, this is past oriented, this is future oriented. Look forward आपका sustainable strategy for the future. Target the whole value chain आपका all the stakeholders to create new opportunities for emerging market managed by the your operation and marketing things. So this is something which is past oriented, what you have done and the profit you have generated, and you have some obligation toward the society or toward the environment as well as other communities, societies. You have to fulfill those particular one. When it comes to sustainability, this is a kind of a visionary or long-term things आपका, where we are focusing around the different areas. So these two we have covered, right? Now relationship between CS and this CSR is a broader than आपका corporate sustainability. Corporate sustainability is considered as a part of CSR. Okay, please do remember this one. Sorry. CSR focus on social responsibility and CS focus on integrating sustainability into business आपका strategy. So CSR is about the entire many stakeholders. It is about the organization also. It is only about the organization. That's why they have given this particular categorization itself, right? Now sustainable HRM. So sustainable HRM. So now your traditional HRM, strategic HRM. Now similar to strategic, we have sustainable. Sustainable HRM is the adoption of HRM strategies and practices to achieve the financial, social, and ecological goals simultaneously with minimizing negative effect on this one. Very simple one. How you can interpret this particular one from this particular chart. So this is something what we want to achieve under the sustainability, right? Sustainability, we want to make our organization sustainable after working around the ethical things, social, environment, cultural, economic responsibility, or these three pillars. Now your HRM department now come with this particular one HRM. So these HR department or HR people aligning activities around these particular one, right? So like we are promoting our integrity at the workplaces or fairness or long-term things or these kind of areas. You are not pushing your employees for the short-term targets, right? That kind of things we generally build this one, right? That is called strategic, so sustainable HRM. Got it, guys? Uh, Two or three, which one? Oh, Rani ma'am, I just miss your आपका state. I just miss your statement, ma'am. Can you please take a screenshot and send me on application? Huh? I just saw your message. So when it comes to balance economic, social, and environmental objective, focus on long-term impact inside and outside the organization. As a HRM play a leadership role in this. Involve आपका recruitment. See, involve planning, recruitment, and developing employee to achieve the triple bonus: economic, ecological, and social things. So how they have integrated the areas related to this particular one. Got it, guys? So what is sustainable HRM? This is clear to everyone. So first, human capital management, ROI and efficiency, like how much we are paying and how much we are getting. Strategic HRM, aligning business strategy, aligning HR activities with business. Now it is our focus on societal and ecological goal and the long-term perspective or the sustainability of business itself. So that is something which generally comes under your sustainable HRM itself, right? Clear है? अच्छा CSR percentage is 2%. Okay, CSR percentage is 2%, ma'am, right? So 2% or net profit of 3 years. It is आपका rule. 3-1 is आपका basically net profit of past 3 years. आपका ठीक है? They have to like whatever net profit they have generated in past 3 years, उसका 2% they have to spend on the CSR activity. Section 138, 135, sorry, Companies Act. So now when it comes to the next subtopic we have, that is called green HRM, right? Green HRM, paperless HRM basically. An environmental approach to HRM that enhance the employee ecological awareness and behavior to reduce the organizational carbon footprint. So this is something आपका as a HR we are taking some sort of responsibility at the organization level. We are promoting these kind of activities. Okay, so basically we are promoting कि we are telling people not to आपका take printouts, unnecessary printout, or आपका all the activities from recruit HRP to succession planning to आपका exit, we have done everything आपका through the e-form and others. So that is something how we are generally protecting the environment, that is called green. So infusing the green practices into HR process to minimize the negative environmental impact of the energy consumption and pollution. So the pro-environmental behavior employee are vital for the organizational greenery. Voluntary PEB आपका pro environmental behaviors decrease energy or raw material uses. It आपका help detect आपका fault in planet or equipment. This is something like what you are doing as a green HRM आपका, you are telling people कि or you are creating some sort of culture where you promoting things आपका, you are promoting people or encouraging people to use those eco footprints and all, right? So do not use the paper cup or unnecessary printout or even the entire आपका entire the activities itself. We are generally aligning those one. Okay, let's quickly go through this particular one, read it out, guys. डन है, चलो। तो लेट्स समराइज आपका सस्टेनेबल एचआरएम. So we have socially responsible HRM, focus on outcome, fair treatment, and inclusivity, offering equal opportunities to underrepresented groups. Or green HRM, focus on prioritize environmental sustainability. Triple bottom line HRM, focus on balance economy, environmental and social goals simultaneously. Common good HRM, focus on the overall well-being of the society and other etc, right? So this is something which generally comes under this one. So green HRM is the last subtopic. Now let's start the practice. So which of the following statement correctly relate to the core concept and strategic intent of corporate sustainability? The corporate sustainability promote long-term stakeholders value. Stakeholders means employee, shareholders, communities, customers, environment, everything. Okay? By integrating environmental, social, and economic concern into the business, 100% true. A key objective of corporate sociability, sustainability is short-term profitability. Completely wrong. Corporate sustainability require balancing profitability with आपका well-being of future generation and eco आपका system 100% true. Unlike आपका compliance driven model, corporate sustainability strategies aim to enhance ethical and responsible behavior across the operation. Next one is corporate sustainability only emphasizes environmental conservation. It exclude the human in this. No, it also include those particular one. 134. 134 means option B will be right answer for this particular one. Correct hai? Everyone? Yes, easy one I guess. Next one. Which of the following statement highlight the three pillars of corporate sociability, sustainability? Corporate sustainability, three pillars up, right? Just now we have gone through those one. So environmental, economic, and social. So the environmental pillar include initiative like green energy, reducing waste, and eliminating toxins. Social pillar about the marketing product sustainability and eliminating the price discrimination among the global market. This is wrong. Economic, this can be related economic. Long term financial sustainability, yes. The next one is your environmental sustainability, encourage responsible energy, use of carbon footprint reduction in this. The next one is your social pillar, include employee welfare, safety, environments, and fair treatment across the supply chain. 1345. 1345 means option D will be right answer for this particular one. Very good, guys. Very good. So option D, the only statement incorrect. आपका social responsibility with pricing strategies in this, that is not related to the area itself. Next one. So the correct distinction between social responsibility and CSR. Just now, all the statement we have gone through just now, right? Answer, 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 guys. CSR focus on आपका reputation management, while corporate sustainability आपको discover the long term business opportunities. करेक्ट है. CSR is often a reactive, past oriented, managed by the communication department. This is आपका operational in marketing. True है. Second one also. Corporate sustainability in future, it is future oriented. CSR is past oriented. This is also correct. CSR focus solely on media and pressure groups. आपका perception compliances basically. While the sustainability include entire value chain आपका bigger than this. True है. A corporate sustainability is a subset. CSR, corporate sustainability is a subset of CSR and narrower in case. Corporate sustainability, what was the statement for this one? Corporate sustainability. First, the second statement is true here. Again, corporate sustainability. See, corporate sustainability is narrower than CSR. That statement is true, right? But when it comes to this particular one, what you suggest, guys? Option C or आपका others. C means, okay. With elimination आपका this, because corporate sustainability is like it is not only about CSR things, right? It is, sorry, it is आपका bit differ in range आपका future oriented things, but CSR is a broader concept than this. We'll check this answer. Answer wise, option B only will be right answer. The explanation we want to check. It is reverse. CSR is a broader umbrella under the sustainability. Sustainability can fall. This is true. But current practices, corporate sustainability is more integrated and transformative itself. So, as per the fundamentals, आपका this is wrong itself. Okay. B is the right answer for this one. Rest other statement are correct. Okay? There is no issue with these particular one. Next one, guys. Sustainable HRM. Sustainable HRM. You can remember that particular one. Ki CSR, which is applicable to, like, which is kind of a mandate for all companies, whether you follow the sustainability or not. But when it comes to sustainability, it is specific or peculiar to the organization. That is how you generally see your future. If you are visionary, you will be having the sustainability things and all. Siddhant sir, actually, what we have seen as fundamentally actually. ठीक है. So when it comes to, it is mentioned CSR is a subset, sorry, and narrower in scale. No, see, when it comes to the writer statement, आपका corporate sustainability is a subset of CSR. ठीक है. It is the first, मतलब means this part is correct आपका here. ठीक है. When it comes to corporate sustainability, it is narrower than the आपका CSR things. But when it comes to the subset system, na, it is, this should be true then. Okay, just a minute. We'll go to that comparison. I guess this is, there was one point around this. आपका CSR. When it comes to this particular one, and remember this, managed by, there was one pointer, I'm not getting this. Okay. So CSR, it is आपका corporate sustainability is considered. Corporate sustainability is a part of CSR. Means corporate sustainability is a subsystem of your CSR thing. CSR focus on social responsibility, while corporate sustainability focus on integrity and sustainability into the business itself. Right? That means when we see this statement or we go for that one, the corporate sustainability is a subsystem of CSR. That is true. And a narrower in scale आपका ना, this is something, this is actually, this is not narrower in scale आपका when it comes to this. So there are many आपका, there are many activities which are generally linked with this particular one. What is the explanation given in this? CSR is broader than umbrella than this. आपका can follow in the current practice. CSR sustainability is corporate sustainability is more integrated and transforming. So the scope is आपका broader. The scope is broader under the sustainability, but it comes under the CSR thing. Means the final point is Siddhant sir कि corporate sustainability is part आपका subsystem of CSR. This is true. But when it comes to the आपका scope and the areas, it is much broader or bigger. It is only around the compliances and आपका the like self-interest of the organization. This is something, if you are going behind the sustainability, it is a there are many things which cover in this particular aspect. So that's why this is the point. So, which of the following statement correctly describe the sustainable HRM? Answer this. So, which of the following statement correctly describes sustainable HRM? So, sustainable HRM aim to align employee well-being and social justice and ecological responsibility with long-term organizational goal. There are many aspects of this, and it supports short-term cost cutting in workforces management to maximize the immediate benefit. No, as I gave you an example, no 1 crore target, आपका anyhow you achieve, or have less target in short term, build the brand value, image and all, work on the long term things, right? So it involve आपका collaborative development, transparent communication and employee participation in decision making. The next one we have strategic HRM, build the sustainable career path for the future generation in आपका, this is also correct. A core feature of sustainable HRM focus only on high performing employees. No. So 134 means option C should be right answer for this particular one. Correct guys? So option C will be right answer. It is आपका inclusive and development. It is आपका not short term. It is always long term. Next one. Which of the following are potential benefit and outcome of implementing robust corporate sustainability strategy? It improved the reputation and shareholders trust. Higher energy uses to maintain customer satisfaction level. Higher energy uses to maintain. So see, if environmentally, even if you see this particular, this should be wrong. Increase employee engagement and reduce attrition. आपका this is true. Enhance investment at आपका activities. Sorry, enhance in आपका investment attractiveness due to sustainable alignment. Increase legal risk, decrease legal risk. 134 means option B should be right answer. Sustainability emphasis on reduce energy uses आपका, and proper sustainability practices mitigate the legal and compliance risk, not increase आपका, right? Next one. Which of the following statement correctly reflect the evaluation and conceptual differences among various sustainable HRM model? So, soft HRM emphasis conserving the human capital and laid the foundation for the later sustainability focus model. Soft HRM emphasis the conserving human capital and laid foundation for this. True है. Green HRM emerged primarily to influence the corporate governance and reduce the financial leakage in corporate budget. No, this is wrong. Triple bottom HRM simultaneously focus on economic, environmental, and social goal, redefining the performance itself. Common good HRM represent an outside in model that put collective social welfare above the आपका business goal. The next one is socially responsible strategic HRM, HRM, responsible HRM, place green HRM and focus primarily on employee level CSR engagement. 1345. Option C. What you guys are suggesting? Option B. C should be right answer, I guess, for this one. Okay. Huh. So when it comes to this particular one, your soft HRM early stage focus on the conserving the human capital. Green HRM about ecological sustainability. And when it comes to the other statement, आपका triple bottom, which focus on the areas, and the other one also correct here. Next one. So identify the following statement around the green HRM scope and benefit. Green HRM scope and benefit. So green hiring involves selecting candidate with environmental knowledge and aligning them ecologically. This can be true also, huh? Green HRM practices can lead, but basically EHRM, green HRM, we are doing all the entire HRM process electronically, right? Reducing the carbon footprint. So green HRM practices can lead to decrease in carbon footprint through the telecommunication and paperless processes, right? This is true. A key disadvantages of green HRM is that it hamper employee morale. No, this is wrong. Organization implementing green HRM often experience cost reduction and enhance brand reputation also. Green HRM help build a cultural culture where individual ecological behavior impact both work and personal. Yes, 1245. 1245 means option आपका B will be right answer for this particular one. So out of when you go for this, green HRM boosts the morale and engagement of the people itself, right? Easy one, I guess. Next one. Okay. Unit number 23, which is about HR analytics, HR entrepreneurship, and AI based आपका solution. AI based means how we are using that analytics आपका, right? Big data and all. And this is something आपका analytics is like कि we are having huge data, how we are refining that data through the HR analytics and using, and which is helping the smoothing of the entire process itself, right? So HR analytics was part of your ABM also. HR metrics आपका, we have HR entrepreneurship. This is this is completely practice driven. You can do it with the practice also. Let's go through these particular one. So traditional, when it comes to traditional personal department, HR department, they was around the confined to administrative paperwork and manual processing. Reactive approach to the employee management or proactive they were pro employers, viewed as restricted maintenance function itself, right? When it comes to upper future ready HR function, today's HR areas driven by rapid industrialization, mechanization, and आपका shortened business cycle, embers the business goal directly by the predicting the behavioral patterns and tackling the key performance, must plan for the future workforce need on risk आपका losing relevance. So that is strategic HRM or sustainable HRM. Though earlier this was the approach, paper driven and others. The other things was limited. HR things was kind of us administrative to calculate the working hours or calculate the overall salary and other these kind of things. Okay? Documentation and all. But now this is not them. with strategic HRM, we understood ki how HRM department is very important, and now sustainable HRM also there. So that is something ki how this HRM activities are linked with the overall sustainability of the organization. The HR analytics app, it focus on specifically HR function areas or metrics like KPI, employee turnover, time to hire, और आपका ट्रेनिंग कॉस्ट पर एम्प्लॉय, प्रमोशन साइकिल, एवरीथिंग आपका every data related to the employee or people in the organization which are part of your HRIS system, which is get analyzed through the HR analytics tools, right? Own and managed up exclusively by HR department, used to analyze and आपका validate the decision related to employee behavior and performance, ठीक है? Based on that particular one, we are making judgment around these one कि which employee need to be promoted or get आपका salary high, or which employees need to be आपका fired or आपका send it for the training, or even it is not restricted to this one also, the like when we go for the recruitment things and all, in that aspect also this will help you. So when it comes to people analytics, it is applied to all people, not just employees but also HR analytics is all about the human things which are part of the organization. People analytics is all people, means the customers or the other stakeholders also, suppliers in this, involve integrating data from the multiple groups to improve the overall business decision and performance, require a well aligned people strategy that support the आपका broader business. So differences, HR is something related to the human being of the organization, employees only. This is आपका all people, all the stakeholders, or including customers, vendors, or the other. Now workforce analysis, it is आपका focus on the workforces, all type of workers, regular employees, remote or freelancers, or this is kind of a part of this one only, right? Broader than the traditional HR, as it also consider the future workforce element like AI and the robot also, overlap the significantly significantly with HR analytic, often used as a synonym. So this is kind of this one only, but this is considering the intangible sources which is contributing some sort of work for the organization. They generally get accounted. Like let's say if you have some AI agent, we are considering those particular one as a part of the workforce itself. The workforce analysis aim to building a holistic workforce strategy, improving productivity, retention, and employee experience. So three things, guys. One is HR analytics, the human being of the organization. When it comes to the people, it is आपका all the peoples which are connected, not only employees, or आपका stakeholders, other stakeholders like customers, vendors, and everything. When it comes to workforce, it is आपका HR analytics plus आपका some other who are आपका on contractual job or something else, or आपका even the AI engine and others, they also get included in this, and we are making an analysis how they are helping in the overall value creation for the organization. So now we have HR metrics and HR analytics. HR metrics, which is operational measure, the like the standards and all. So a number used to analyze the performance and efficiency, like the KPI things and all. It is objective is to gauge performance, analyze human capital, and determine policy effectiveness. Scope is restricted to the आपका revealing what happening or आपका has recently happened. Past data basically what is going on, how that performing employee performance, current performance, and what was in past. Analytics will give you some insight for the future also. Example is examine the number of turnover in the section as a percentage of the total workforce, how many people left us, right? That kind of things. How many we hire or how many left out of those. So the HR analytics, it is आपका comparing variables to guide the future decision and predict future outcome itself. When it comes, it helps to move organization forward and track effectiveness of metrics of the business. Look beyond the number to which find out why something is happening and आपका the broader impact or the hidden link also. Root cause analysis, finding common reason for leaving and creating a plan to remedy or to solve that particular issue, right? So this is something, this is about mostly आपका past, how many we hire, how many left. This is आपका why these people left and how we can fix that particular problem so we can increase the retention numbers and all. So that is all about your analytics. Analytics is similar as we use the business analytics. Similarly, here we are doing HR analytics also, right? So but we have at three different label आपका. Those label were related to your HR analytics, आपका people analysis or analytics, or we have workforce analytics, right? So mostly it is around workforce or आपका HR analytics. Now when it comes to code आपका domains of HR analytics, that is आपका related to, like let's say core HR activities, absence, payroll related things. These are the issues: recruitment, attrition, performance, learning, succession planning, and others. In these different areas, we are applying this particular one, right? Now, this is a bit important. The analytical escalator, the observation to optimization, basically how we can work. So first one is descriptive analytics. Okay. What has happened? Descriptive analytics, we generally talk about what has happened. Historical data is collected and organized to create data set that identify pattern and meaning, like understanding the past turnover itself. That is descriptive things aapa means, which is guided by the past facts and figures. We are trying to interpret that particular one. Predictive is based on this data or the existing thing. We are like, this is something aapka, we are we are focusing or like we are doing some sort of analysis around the future itself. This happened, this is the pattern we have created, so this will happen in the future. What could happen? Businesses use both current and historical data, make predictions about the future. Third one is आपका perspective analysis. What should happen? This is आपका like what happened, what could happen in the future, what should happen. That is perspective analysis. Using all available data, the course of action that will be the best, take advantages, opportunity or avoid the risk. आपका recommending the areas in this. So first case is descriptive, past data driven कि क्या हुआ हमारे साथ, how many people we hire, loss and other kind of thing, turnover. Predictive, अगर ऐसा ही चलता रहा, what will happen in the future, right? And the आपका perspective, it is something कि what should happen, how we can solve these particular problems, so how we can fix the areas and others, what are the best strategies areas for that particular one. That is something what generally comes under this particular one, right? तो descriptive है आपका, then we have predictive and we have perspective, ठीक है? So descriptive, what has happened, then we have what could happen and what should happen. These are the three core areas which are generally part of this particular one, right? Now when it comes to advantages, we can follow this one. So better HR decision, advantages of your HR analytics: better HR decision, improve quality of hire, employee retention, transformation of strategic pattern, and predictive planning. No explanation is required. Very easy one. The constraint challenges when it comes to data security or privacy, high implementation cost of these particular tool, specialized expertise is required to analyze those particular data sets, right? So that is something what generally comes under this particular one, right? Then guys, then the next one we have AI use आपका, ठीक है? So AI, we have in आपका artificial intelligence frontier in HR. The artificial intelligence, because see, when we are going for any sort of HR related activities, na, especially when we are going for recruitment and other things, so there are lots of आपका applicants who are applying for those particular job, or your AI things which will help you to attract more and more applicants, so that after refining those particular applicant we can get best आपका, ठीक है? If like let's say you are hiring for one person, if you'll get one only one applicant, you will not have any choices. But if you'll have thousands of people, then you can find out the best one. So that collection of data, or those kind of areas which is driven by AI thing nowadays on social media or other areas, we generally run these particular one. Okay? Or AI which can automate the or filter out the suitable candidate also. Like let's say for few posts there are thousand or lakhs of people apply, so AI will do the ask some basic screening question. Based on that, they'll filter out the data, we'll get the best one. This is something आपका how we are using AI in your marketing system or any other system. Similarly, we can integrate this particular one in our day-to-day HRM activities, right? So even the banking industry, strong initial union opposition to automate आपका the transaction is happen, and even like nowadays everywhere we are using. So your artificial narrow intelligence or artificial strong intelligence, that is something, and it is something ki like what we how we are attracting more and more talents and how we are finding out these ones. These things we have discussed many times, and they are very doable, understandable. I hope you will not face any doubt around this particular one. Let's drive through the practice only. The first question on your screen, guys. So which of the following statement in HR analytics are correct? Okay, Parvesh sir is here. Kya? He is having some queries. HR analytics primarily deal with आपका statistical analysis aimed at understanding and improving human capital decision making with the organization. This is true. The primary purpose of HR analytics is gather objective opinion about the employee performance and morale. This is also primary. This is not about the area. Descriptive, predictive, perspective analytics also are also component of HR analytics, serving different strategies and process. This is true. HR analytic completely independent of traditional HR metrics such as turnover. They can be used for turnover and all these particular one also. HR analytics connect HR practices to strategic business plan by generating data back insight and all. This is true, right? So 135 means option C will be right answer for this. Correct? Eh? Yes, easy one, I guess. Next one. Why Pravesh sir is so angry today? Just a minute, huh, Identify the correct statement related to HR analytics and this. Okay. So, आपका first statement. People analytics include data analysis related to shareholders like customer, this not just employee. People analytics include आपका हाँ this is true. People analytics HR include आपका exclude those particular one, right? Next one, workforce analytic include all categories of workers including आपका freelancers and even आपका robots also, right? True है. वर्क हाँ वर्कफोर्स आपका HR analytics is broader scope than the people analytics and focus on societal metrics beyond the organization. No, this is wrong. While the HR analytics is focused on this particular one, workforce and all the whole, that this is true. The next one is people analytics exclude HR data since it focus on non-human capital things. आपका HR people, no, it also include this one. 1, 2, 4. Option B will be right answer for this one. Correct है? So option B will be right answer for this particular. Just a minute, huh? I'll tell sir. Actually, he's getting some confusion. Okay, guys. So, which of the following differences in HR metrics from HR analytics? HR metrics, आपका HR analytics, right? So, differentiation आपका. So, what will be your correct answer? So, first, HR metrics show what is happening, while the HR analytics attempt to explain why it is happening, right? The first one is आपका true here. HR analytics aim to predict, influence future outcome while the HR metrics focus on the current thing. This is also correct. Third one is आपका HR metrics use qualitative data collect through the survey feedback. HR analytics rely solely on number. This should be reverse, right? HR metrics are generally descriptive and analytics include predictive or perspective capabilities. This is true. The next one is your HR metrics is unnecessary if organization use advanced. No, this is wrong. So 134 means option B will be right answer for this particular one, right? Done है guys? चलो. Which of the following statement accurately describe the descriptive analytics in HR? So next one आपका descriptive analytics आपका summarize historical HR data, identify the trend and pattern itself, right? It is primarily used for forecasting future business and HR scenarios itself. That is the case. The first one is true. Descriptive is not up, it is historical based. Graph, chart, and table are commonly used tool for the descriptive analytics. This is true. Descriptive analytics require advanced machine learnings. No, it should be wrong. And the next one is your a demographic background of employee headcounts and example of the descriptive analytics. Yes, 135 means option B will be. Why you guys are not answering? Option B will be right answer for this particular one. I just trying to solve Parvez sir's issue. हेलो, हेलो। अरे सर नमस्कार, इतना गुस्सा क्यों कर रहे Next question आपका, you have solved this question, sorry, Pravesh sir got some confusion, I was solving that particular one. Now it is fine na? Okay, chalo. So when it comes to the question itself, which of the following statement regarding the predictive and perspective analysis are correct? Okay, what will be your correct answer? Predictive analytics identify the turnover trend based on the past data, while the perspective analysis suggests आपका actionable strategies. That is true. You remember all these particular one now? Sure. Now next one. Predictive analytics is more data intensive and perspective no. Predictive आपका more data intensive than perspective. This should be reverse actually, right? The third one we have perspective analytics is considered to the most advanced form of the most advanced form and involve the suggestion and suggest the best course of action in this particular one. Perspective analysis, this is true. Then we have perspective analytics can help organization decide workforce label during the session peak आपका. This is also true. The next one we have predictive analytics provide historical summaries and no, predictive does not provide the historical summaries and all, right. So 134 means option B. What you guys suggesting in this case? Option D. How come? Fifth one should be wrong, right? So it आपका predictive with descriptive that generally provide the historical analysis and all, not the predictive one. Next one, guys. HR outsourcing, and you have to find out the correct one. HR outsourcing allow organization to eliminate strategic HR function like leadership development and industrial relation management. HR outsourcing allow organization to eliminate strategic HR. No, this is wrong. Outsourcing is basically we are basically for any specific job and all, if we are required from the outside things, that is something comes under this. Outsourcing is often used for routine, repetitive and people intensive tasks such as payroll processing. Like let's say we have those softwares and others. Now this should be true. A key reason for HR outsourcing is to allow internal HR professional to focus on development and transformational role. HR outsourcing involve transforming responsibilities for non-core function to specialize आपका external files. Yes. The next one is organization never outsource HR activities. No, we do. 234. 234. No. Option D should be right answer for this particular one. Okay. So option D will be right answer for this particular one. Okay, guys. So now the next unit is bit important. Ab just allow me a break of 5 minutes, right? So after 5 minutes, we will continue this particular one and we will covering both the unit 24 and 25. Anyhow, we have to finish this particular one today. And then tomorrow we will be doing one set of revision itself. Okay? Okay, guys, just let's have a break of 5 minutes. See you after 5 minutes. Huh? Okay, guys. So shall we start? Shall we start? So now the next one we have, which is Aka, very, very important one. So when it comes to this is one question for sure you'll see around VUCA and Vani, right? These two approaches. Pre-COVID, it was VUCA. Then APCA. These are the basically for the stressful scenarios, right? Mostly they generally get used for the stressful scenarios. APCA or any sort of crisis management, we use these particular approaches. This unit is very, very important one for your exam point of view, right? So you will definitely see around the question around the what is first of all the crisis, like if anything आपका unplanned happen, right? So how we handle that particular situation, so that is something which is generally part of this. Then we have आपका crisis management, how we handling planning things and others. Then we have your VUCA and Vani, the comparison itself. Then we have a role of crisis management process and others, which generally comes under this particular one, right? So that is something which generally come in this particular one. Okay. So when it comes to your crisis, a sudden unexpected disruption to an individual or organization normal stable state threaten the strategic objective. So that is something like, let's say the case of SDFC Bank when the chairman आपका resign, or anything else आपका, right? So anything which is impacting the entire organization things and all. So how we are going to manage that particular one? Feature is its impact low profitability, short notice, trigger fear, and demand urgent decision during that particular period itself, right? So the different when it comes to the differentiation, crises are not mere incident. These escalate beyond the contingency plan and आपका require creative non-prepared solution also. So for that specific situation itself, they will be requiring some sort of tailored solution. So a progressive process where the old system can be no longer आपका maintained. That is something which is the simple one. Like this is something sudden happened. We were not prepared for that particular one, right? So how we handling this? So crisis is sudden and unexpected event that cause major unrest, आपका instability, disruption in workplace and organization areas, like sudden unexpected and low profitability event with high impact, disrupt the individual organization in normal stable state, pose a serious threat to health, future operation, reputation and survival, unique and often subjective, right? So we can say can affect a single business or the entire आपका industry itself. Like crisis like COVID-19, or like suddenly every organization have to move out the work from home culture and other areas. So that is something which generally comes under this. Essential feature of crisis management. Effective crisis management require four basic elements आपका, like we have clearly identified team role and responsibilities, formal incident assessment team, that you remember that stress management kind of things what we have studies in आपका BFM things ना. So similarly here also effective incident action planning, और आपका we have storing team आपका communication, strong team communication, so that like everyone can align or they can fulfill their job during that particular situation itself. So that is something what generally comes under this particular one, right? So that is something which generally comes under this one, right? So other key features आपका help manager and employee to analyze and understand event that may lead to crisis and uncertainty, enable आपका effective responses to change in organizational culture, involve coordination across department to handle the emergency situation. HR play a crucial role in developing leading in this particular one. Employee must communicate effectively with each other during a crisis and work together overcome during this particular tough time itself, right? So that is something ki how we are handling these particular one, right? So essential feature of crisis management, which include the areas like this. So if anything happen, which is like beyond, like you can directly relate with the COVID situation. We were not prepared for any situation like a complete lockdown, right? So it happened. Now, what is the plan B? How we are going to handle that particular one, which is completely unknown prior to that particular situation. So here we have VUCA and Bani. So first, this is something which is very, very important one. Please go through this particular one. So when it comes to VUCA, the gravity driven approach, uncertainty, and it is usually get applied for uncertainty in crisis itself. So VUCA stand for volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. It is a framework used to describe the modern business environment characterized by rapid and unpredictable change itself, right? So if we are facing something like this, things getting changed suddenly, so how we are going to handle all those particular one, that is your आपका, to this VUCA approach, how we can work around these particular element and support the business. Origin, it emerged after post Cold World War, which is developed by US Army team to explain social, technological, and global transformation. After this, become popular in the business and crisis management in 2000 with the rise of internet and fast pace technological changes itself, right? So we generally volatility, rapid and unpredictable change in business situation, uncertainty, lack of predictability, and frequent surprises. Complexity, it is आपका multiple interconnected factors that are difficult to analyze. Ambiguity, आपका situation that are unclear with multiple possible interpretations and all. So they generally comes under this. So these are the elements. Like what we are doing basically after applying this particular one, we are generally working around these particular scenarios. If this happen, so how we will handle the situation, other आपका volatility related issues, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. So we are designing a plan B or we are simulating multiple solutions around those particular ones so that we can work around the problem itself. So that is something which is आपका VUCA. This VUCA lost some fame during 2000. It get a kind of a huge आपका fame, but when COVID-19 happened, this was something which is related to the gradual improvements or gradual changes, uncertainty and all. Still, we are having some sort of आपका solutions or alternative for those particular one. But the situation like COVID, when this particular happened, so we we face some sort of weakness in this particular model. So we come up with the another one that is called Bani. So we will be discussing this one. So the evolutionary shift आपका, what used to be a volatile has seized the reliable. Just go for this one. So VUCA आपका, which is volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity, was a popular framework during this particular one. But आपका during COVID pandemic, we face some sort of what it is called कि आपका deficiency in the model, and that the effectiveness or efficacy of model was get some sort of weakened, right? So it is no longer sufficient. What was volatile has become constant and आपका reliable. People have moved from uncertainty to anxiety about the future. Situation are no longer just complex, they are non-linear आपका system. Ambiguity has turned into something almost आपका it is almost आपका incomprehensible. So that is the case. So then we come up with a new framework that is called Bani. So Bani has been introduced by American anthropologist, author, and आपका futurist James Casio. The better explain the current reality shaped by the global warming. We have pandemics, आपका technological disruption, political changes, and other unforeseen crises. The bigger crisis which has a long lasting or a bigger impact in the world economies and others. So Bani, which represent Bani, which represent the new normal, a post VUCA world that require fresh thinking, new strategies, and updated approaches to the crisis management itself. So when it comes to Bani, we have these four element. Brittle, first one is आपका brittle. So this is something when it comes to कि when आपका things collapse, like when we build something it take time. When things collapse, whatever we are expecting, कि we are expecting this system will collapse within 30 days, they collapse आपका 3 days only. So the speed is आपका more, right? So system appears strong but are fragile and can be collapsed आपका suddenly. They often, because just of the anxiety and all kind of things, right, the negative impact or the viewpoints from the users or the vast technological reach and others, right, they often result from the maximizing short-term profit over the resilience. Failure is one area that can cause widespread ripple effect आपका global supply chain during the pandemic itself. So that is the first one. Then we have A for anxious. Constant change create आपका widespread anxiety and urgency आपका. So people they generally feel as due to rapid shift, social media overload and आपका misinformation, and they generally spread, create some sort of anxiety among the people, right? Like let's say even a small case, like let's say if there is some stock holding happen around the onion, the prices will jump from 100 to आपका 300 400. That is something, even in when it comes to the negative things na, they spread very आपका fastly. So that is something which is happening under this particular one. The organization must help employee to manage anxiety through the clarity or आपका positive mindset and support to handle this particular area. Then we have non-linear pattern आपका cause and effect. In earlier one we are facing कि हाँ, if this is a downward, this will go till here, but it is a non-linear pattern आपका, ठीक है, we cannot predict आपका, ठीक है. So cause and effect are not proportional or आपका predictable in same way. Small action can lead to a massive delayed or unexpected outcome. Traditional linear planning become ineffective in this particular case. Then when it comes to the fourth one, it is incomprehensible. Many events and outcome defy logic and understanding. Even आपका abundant data like big data AI result can seem आपका random or contradictory. Decision making rely more on intuition, transparency, and adaptability. So that is something, the four elements which are generally part of, like when it comes to your VUCA things, right? So VUCA was around these particular pillars. They are generally like they are assuming that there will be volatility. So this volatility can be tackled through the some plan B, uncertainty, complexity, or ambiguity. But now with this Vani things, aapka, what we like what experiment or what we experience with situation like COVID or Second World War and other areas, again, especially COVID or this global crisis and all, key things can be aapka this much bigger. A small thing can be much bigger, and which is something which is beyond the prediction or imagination of the people, those who are managing those risks. So elements this generally suggests around these particular areas. The Bani, brittle, anxious, non-linear, and incomprehensible, represent the current आपका turbulent environment. So they focus on the strengthen the resources, equip team with sufficient human, financial, and skill-based resources, foster आपका collaboration, promote a culture of collaboration, well distributed structure, open communication across team and departments, develop soft skills, train employees in soft skills to manage the anxiety, build empathy, and increase the adaptability also. Then aapka embrace the innovation and creativity, leverage technology, these particular one, to reduce the misunderstanding and improve the decision making, build aapka resilience and flexibility, create alternative plan and adaptable system that can evolve with the future challenges itself, right? So that is something how we have generally move out from VUCA to Bani itself. So that is something which generally comes under this one. Now this is the comparison. Please do remember these आपका areas, the shift आपका or the full form and the areas, because this is something actionable strategy also for the Bani itself and how it is going to help us. Please quickly read it out. Dene. So now one another area, crisis management model. So we have three model. When we have things life cycle model, we have Burnett system, and we have Mitroff processes. Okay, these are also bit important. So let's go through these particular one. So when it comes to think model of crisis management, so that is Frink model, which is Stephen Frink आपका, they come up with a book called crisis management planning for the inevitable 1987, four stages. What he suggested आपका prodomoral stage आपका pre crisis warning stage, early warning आपका sign appears, crisis manager should proactive monitor, identify risk and take the preventive action to stop or limit the crisis itself. So first one is kind of a prodomoral stage where you have to, your team should have enough strength to predict the crisis itself and take the early remedial action. The another one is actual stage, when the crisis erupt in the market and the situation happened. So the actual crisis hit or the trigger point, characterized by the sudden damage and activation of responses plan, whatever you have planned for that particular situation. The impact depend heavily on how well the prodomoral stage was handled. If you have handled this particular one well, you will be having least effect आपका or lesser effect. But it is आपका not, if it is beyond than that, then it will damage the areas. Then chronic stage आपका, ठीक है. So here basically cleanup, recovery and dealing with the long term consequences include ongoing आपका damage, repair, media, security or lightning question about the crisis itself. Then we have resolution stage, crisis and time root cause analysis, introspections और आपका learning session और आपका implementing changes in this. Please do remember again आपका these four stages. तो think model is about कि what is it कि there are four stages of any crisis. How you generally act or respond these particular stages, that will help you, right? तो predominal stage आपका, which is pre-crisis, your preparation, there should be some early warning signals and how effectively you act around and prepare for that particular crisis. Actual, then आपका chronic, serve stage, then the resolution stage. Based on that particular one, you are taking some feedback so that in future, if there is a repetitions, you can handle those areas. The next one we have Burnett model crisis. The Burnett model 1998. Again, when it comes to what he suggested, key inhibiting factors, outer rings. So these are like time pressure. These factors hinder the effective crisis management. One is time prices, because you do not have much time during that particular one for plan and other kind of things. Control issues, if you do not have any आपका stress management thing in place, और आपका threat label concern, how it is going to individual department or entire in individual product line, business line or the entire organization. Response, आपका responses option constraint आपका, ठीक है, while you responding that particular one, what challenges you are facing. So these are the outer line, right, of the crisis management. So the core model structure, first one again, this is similar: identification, goal formation, environmental analysis, the pastel, using pastel and other one. Okay, so we can get some sort of insight कि this can be the crisis. Like right now we are having demographic challenges and all. So this, you will be running that environmental analysis, you will be getting some sort of insight. So how you preparing for that particular one. Confrontation stage of formulation and आपका strategy evaluation. and then reconfiguration, strategy, implementation और control during the crisis itself. तो he come up with आपका 3 stage model which is linked with these outer line. ठीक है, this is आपका kind of the factor which hinder the effectiveness of your areas. He said कि these will be the problems at the time of crisis. How you can handle these particular problems by working around these 3 areas, or you can divide the overall crisis management among 3 different stages and you can work around that one. Then we have Mitrov 5 stage model. So when it comes to the another third crisis model team, so Mitrov developed a 5 stage crisis model. It recognized that organization cannot prepare for every possible crisis. So crises are grouped into clusters like equipment failures, external threat, and others. So the 5 stages, what he suggested, आपका signal detections, identifying early warning signals of the potential crisis, as we have discussed in previous method itself, right? That is same which is आपका highlighted by the finger itself. Then probing and preparation, looking for the risk factor, and your preventive action means identification, and that the another one is your आपका mitigation kind of like the measurement kind of, right? So what problem we can have, how much it can impact, and what areas will get affected. The containment and damage limitation, then we are working around the controlling the crisis and minimizing the impact of that particular crisis on the business. Then business recovery, if that happen, how we will recover or how we can maintain the sustainability or resilience during that crisis. Restoring the normal operation and recovering from the damage. Then आपका no fault learning from the crisis without blame through the reflection and analysis itself, so that if things get repeated in the future, we can handle those particular areas. All right, so that is something which generally comes under this particular one. So the areas, the management, how we can handle these particular areas in different crisis situation itself, right? So VUCA Bani are the most important part, and these 3 model around the crisis management, because what is crisis management factors and others, that is very simple, but model based study is bit important from this one. Okay, so which of the following statement best describe the feature and nature of organizational crisis? Very simple one, I guess. A crisis usually predictable and planned. Wrong here. Crisis is always synonym with the incident. Both. This is also wrong, right? Second statement also. A crisis high impact, low probability, and often require creative and rather than a pre-prepared solution, right? Third one is true here. The fourth one is आपका organizational crisis may stem from external factor like natural disaster or any kind of thing, COVID-like situation. Crisis typically involve a disruption of individual, organization, normal and state level आपका, yes. So 3, 4, 5. Option B should be right answer for this particular one. Easy one. Right. Next one. Okay, let's quickly solve these particular one. Then we'll come to the VUCA Bani and the crisis model itself. Okay. So between the crisis and the incident management. So incident management is usually require a spontaneous and unstructured decision making. It is something like आपका incident management, which is incident management usually require a spontaneous spontaneous, and this it should be structural, not unstructured na. Sorry, it should be wrong na. Crisis often render pre-prepared contingency आपका plan ineffective or आपका counterproductive. So this is correct. Incidents are produced by the assembled risk and follow predictable pattern आपका no. Incident are produced by the आपका accessible risk and predictable. हाँ, this should be true. Crisis situation demand genuinely creative response rather than the established protocol itself. That is true. Incident management and crisis management are fundamentally the no, they are not. Incident is like आपका incident can lead to आपका crisis, but they should be differ. 1, 2, 3. Do we have 2, 3, 4? हाँ, 2, 3, 4. C should be right answer for this one. Okay. Incident, crisis and incident आपका differ fundamentally in approach and scope also, right? So option C, not A. A was what? 2, 4, 5. 5 is wrong आपका यार. Okay. Next one, which of the following should consider a valid source of organization crisis? This is visible now. So, a well planned change in leadership succession within the organization, valid sources of organizational well planned change will not impact. A massive product recall due to safety concern, yes, it can be. Technological breakdowns such as software crash and आपका password errors, that can be the case, right? The next one we have here. आपका financial misconduct like bribery or tax evasion by the seniors, this can be a reason, right? A prolonged or आपका indefinite strike by the employees demanding better wages, this is not a reason for crisis. 2 3 4, 2 3 4 means option 2 3 4, 2 3 4, आपका 2 3 4 A, what is I suggesting in this case आपका D, हाँ दीप्ति मैम, और D can be also right answer for this one. A 2 3, because this sometime ना the crisis आपका when it comes to this nowadays आपका especially because this demanding or a prolong it is mentioned or indefinite strike आपका that can lead to multiple issues like this. I'll change my answer to D. Yes. So labor issue like strike can signal आपका internal instability in the organization and that can lead to these particular problems. Okay. So crisis management is purely top-down process executed only by the senior. No, it is a kind of integrated approach. The next one we have crisis management involve effective communication among the employees. It include a clear team role, formal incident assessment and action plan. Human resource plan play a central role in this particular one. That's also correct. The next one is crisis management ignore departmental coordination. No, departmental coordination is also must. 2 3 4, 2 3 4 means option C will be right answer for this particular one. Plus every question is related to crisis management only. Okay? Okay, now, which of the following statement correctly reflect the characteristics of VUCA environment? VUCA, now this part is bit important. Still it is not visible. Okay, chalo, answer this guys, everyone. So volatility refer to stable, slow-paced changes in market or industry. This is आपका completely wrong. Uncertainty, volatility is like not a slow pace. It is आपका rapid changes in the market things and all. Uncertainty exists even when cause effect relationship are unknown. Uncertainty exists when even when cause effect relationship are unknown. This should be also wrong, right? In this particular case. This should be wrong. Uncertainty is about the known आपका cause effect, right? Complexity refer to the interrelated factors that affect the decision making. This is true. The next one, ambiguity arise when data is abundant, but relationship are unclear. This is also true. Volatility does not unnecessarily imply आपका difficulty in understanding the challenges itself. This is also correct. To 3, 4, 5. We do not have 3. अच्छा, okay. First one only 3, 4, 5. So volatility आपका refer to rapid, unpredictable changes. When it comes to uncertainty, assume known causes but unknown outcome. Known causes, unknown outcome. Please do remember this one. Rest all are fine in this particular case. Which of the following statement reflect the correct feature of Bani word? Bani आपका Bani word, brittle, anxiety, non-linear और आपका incomparability. Please do remember their full form also. In a brittle word, in a brittle word, system may appear आपका stable but collapse suddenly. 100% true, right? They seems very stable, but when they collapse very suddenly. Anxiety in Bani is limited to personal emotion and does not affect the it does affect the organization or productivity also. When it comes to non-linear system, often show okay, this is not working here. Just a minute. Huh? Non-linear system often show disproportionate relationship between action and outcome itself. This is आपका true. Incomparability, incomprehensibility can arise despite of abundant data availability itself. Yes, this is also true. Anxiety may lead to passivity and fear of decision making. Yes, 1345. 1345 means option B. Just a minute, huh? डन है ऑप्शन बी यस हाँ बिल्कुल करेक्ट है ऑप्शन बी ओनली will be right answer for this one. Anxiety affect the individual and organization dynamic alike, right? Next one. VUCA and WANI, and you have to find out the uses and आपका the correct statement. VUCA has lost some relevance due to excessive uses and contextual shift like आपका COVID-19. Bani emphasizes anxiety and unpredictability rather than the uncertainty. Third one is VUCA complexity has been replaced with Bani linear आपका linearity in event response relationship. VUCA complexity, no, this is this should not be right. In Bani, because Bani work on non-linearity, right? So it is non-linear. It is not आपका linearity. So this is wrong. In Bani, incomprehensibility arise from the clear cause effect आपका logic. This is true. No, sorry, this is wrong आपका, right? It is आपका incomprehensibility arise from the, this should be wrong. VUCA and Bani reflect evolving model used to interpret the different crisis आपका environment. So option 5 is also right. 1 2 5, 1 2 5 means option B will be right answer for this particular one. Correct? Yes, very good guys. Next one. Bani focus on non-linearity, right? It is not आपका linearity. Which of the following effect are commonly associated with VUCA driven environment on organization? VUCA driven environment on organization. So it stabilize employee morale and enhance the career progression. No. So anxiety and fear is there, so this should be wrong. It demand continuous upskilling and reskilling initiative. Yes, this is true. It it complete long-term planning and innovation. This should be true. It lead to passive exist from the organization seeking stability. This is also true. It strengthen the decision making consistency. This is आपका wrong, right? Strengthen the decision making consistency. No, it frequent आपका environmental change. 2 3 4. 2 3 4 means option D should be right answer. Yes, decision making become आपका less consistent and more आपका error prone in this particular one. So that's why option आपका D is the right answer. Which of the following true regarding the how organization should respond to VUCA and WANI environment? So, vision, understanding, clarity, agility are response. They should not be right. Uh, they should not आपका with they should not with Bani. This should be with VUCA आपका, right? This should be with VUCA. Acceleration factors like volatility, anxiety are the best address using the Bani factors. Yes. When it comes to the next one, it is organization must adopt responses depending on whether the environment is VUCA or Vani. This is correct. Then next one we have variability and acceleration are the key forces pushing shift from VUCA to Vani. This is also correct. Vani focus more on emotional and psychological impact of uncertainty than VUCA. Uh, Vani focus more emotional and psychological impact of uncertainty than Bani. Bani address आपका emotion in this. Bani focus on emotional, psychological in this, then this. Okay, last what you suggest guys in this case? Option B. B means आपका Vani focus on more. हाँ, why Bani is related to emotions and all. हाँ, this is also correct then. 2, 3, 4, 5 means option B will be right answer. So Bani directly address the emotion like anxiety and helplessness in the crisis situation. Okay. Next one, guys. Which of the following statement correct regarding the Fink four-stage model of crisis? Fink four-stage model of crisis. So आपका prodromal is आपका pre-crisis early warning system will help you to assess the आपका problem or the crisis and to prepare for that particular one. Acute the execution, basically the crisis become kind of reality. When it comes to chronic, we are going through, and resolution is the final stage, the feedback outcome in this. So prodromal stage involve reactive measure. No, it is आपका proactive. When it comes to आपका prodromal stage, it is आपका it should be not reactive. It is आपका predictive. We generally try to predict the crisis and prepare for those. Acute stage begin with the trigger events and include आपका activation of crisis responses. The next one is आपका chronic stage refer to the long term impact and extended visibility of the crisis itself. The resolution stage involve post crisis learning and systematic reforms. Resolution stage आपका this is proactive, should be 4, means proactive detection and mitigation of warning occur with the prodrome. This is also correct. So means this should be wrong. This is part of Minix, I guess. For 2, 3, 5. Do we have 2, 3, 5? Yes. Option D should be right answer. Yes. Fink resolution stage does not focus on learning or reform. आपका mid we have आपका mid drops which generally focus around this particular one. So please do remember this one. Next one, we have Burnett model of crisis. Burnett model of crisis. It highlights the strategic response is impossible without first addressing the time control threat and the issue itself. Then we have the strategy evolution as a part of the environmental analysis. No, these were the environmental analysis. It is part of the, when it comes to, it is आपका uh, it should be आपका contribution or something. There was stage आपका, right? Crisis resolution is achieved only after the reconfiguration through the strategic implementation and control. This is आपका true. The model include 3 categories: identification, confrontation, and आपका recognition. This when it comes to the strategy evaluation, na, this is part of your confrontation. So this should be part of your this, right? The next one, this is आपका correct. The next one, Burnett model like a sequential life cycle and treat crisis a step as no, it is आपका life cycle, it is part. तो 1 3 4 means option D should be right answer. So strategy evaluation belong to the confrontation stage, and when it comes to Burnett model is structured and sequential in the nature itself. Next one, guys. Which of the following accurately describe the differences between आपका Mitroff and Frink crisis management model? So Mitroff model include dedicated learning stage, which is absent in आपका Fink model. When it comes to Fink model, emphasis organizational empowerment during the crisis. Unlike this, no, it is आपका, this should be about the हाँ about आपका this should be reverse actually, ठीक है, this should be reverse, right? Mitroff Mitroff model emphasis on organizational empowerment, right? Mitroff model include आपका signal detection or early warning and proving the proactive strategies. This is true. Fink model is cyclical in nature. Mitroff linear, again reverse. Recovery in Mitroff model involves structured efforts toward the restoring operation, unlike Frank pause आपका passive chronic stage. This is also correct. 1 3 5 means option A only should be right answer for this one. Please go through these particular model again, huh? Please do revise these particular model because they are a bit important for the examination. Also, you'll definitely see question around these particular one, right? Okay. Next one, we have business ethics. Ethics आपका, we have governance, and we have corporate social आपका responsibility, CSR. So this is topic again very important. When it comes to business ethics, it is all about, like, see, ethics is all about what is, it is all about rightfulness and wrongfulness, right? What is right, how to achieve that right. So it is like ethics is something we prepare based on the ethics, we prepare some moral ground ki how this organization will treat others, right? When you are part of this organization, how you will treat others. So every organization, individual, community, societies, they are having some sort of norms how to interact with others, right? So that means ethics is all about others. Similarly here also, so as a business, ethical consideration is very important. Reason being, as an individual, if I'll become unethical, it may be impact आपका few people, but as a business, when you will become unethical, it will आपका impact many, and other the competitors or rivalries, they'll use that particular one as an advantage, right? So they'll, that will destroy the image of that particular organization itself, right? So that is something आपका. Then when it comes to corporate governance, governance is all about how a corporate is being governed. Who govern the corporate? The board of directors. So it is all about your like how basically how we generally make decision. Okay, so whenever we are making decision, ultimate decision are generally made by board of directors. So you are taking care about all the stakeholders. Okay, today we have stakeholders theory of our corporate governance, which says कि when you are making any decision, you should consider all the stakeholders who all get affected with that particular decision. Earlier we used to have that आपका agency theory, आपका stewardship theory और shareholders theory, but ultimately it end with the stakeholders theory कि any decision which is going to impact to any person, that person's आपका should get considered in the decision making itself, right? Stakeholders theory. Then आपका CSR. CSR is the responsibility toward the society and toward the environment itself. So which generally comes under all these particular one. So business ethics is all about the honesty, आपका avoid conflict, compliances. So it's a, like, it is what is good how to achieve that particular good, and what is bad, how to avoid that particular bad. So that is something which generally comes under this particular. So these are kind of a guiding principle which generally guide to the organization. So they will help you आपका to make the decision, and this is something which is directly linked with the आपका corporate image itself. Now there is one thing, this is आपका bit important. Sometime if you do not have read this ethics wala topic anywhere na, so you will get some sort of confusion with this. So when it comes to ethics, आपका ethics is moral philosophy. ठीक है, ethics subject is kind of a philosophy subject. The what is good, अब that definition of good is differ in one culture or in one country, it is different in another country. Example like euthanasia, that death wala case na, or selling liquor. So see, just take an example. Okay, so euthanasia is legal in some countries, it is illegal in some other countries. Selling liquor or any harmful product is legal in some state, it is illegal some other state. So for one it is good, for another one is bad, right? So it is a philosophy, everyone is having a different philosophy around the good and bad. So that is something. We have deontology, आपका virtue ethics and utilitarianism. These are the three theories which are part of your curriculum also. I'll give you a reference. So it is objective reasoning and moral value in action. Determine what is right and आपका wrong action. Uniform, generalized and constrained behaviors आपका, which is generally part of this. When it comes to moral, it is आपका society, culture and recognition, origin. It generally आपका origin from these particular one. It ethics generally arise from the law और आपका religion और आपका culture and all, right? Sorry, families and all. ठीक है. When it comes to moral, it arise from these particular one. Subjective आपका belief and practice आपका regarding the good and evil. It dictate adherence to the what society describe as a good, and cultural dependence is limited. So basically this philosophy is defining this philosophy, moral philosophy, which will define the आपका, which is part of the society, culture in this. They'll be setting some ground. Moral is basically the ground on which आपका society expect to act from people. Then value system आपका personal or organizational, the belief system, motivators and desire. It is judge what is desirable or undesirable. आपका philanthropy, highly personal, offer आपका alternative choices also. So that is something what generally comes under this particular one. So these are the areas, the differences. Now when it comes to the आपका ethics, business ethics. So business ethics establish a code of conduct or a social, cultural, economic and legal limit, ensure operations stay within the boundaries. Means these are some norms when we are acting. So in action आपका we are following these or we are adhering these particular one. So ethical organization define code and code of conduct. These are the code of conduct. Protect social group आपका, fostering inclusivity, prevent harm आपका, exploitation, instill आपका healthy competition, it is आपका reduce risk cost and monitor आपका any sort of malpractices and try to avoid those particular one which is harming any stakeholders interest in others, right? We have three type of theories. There are many theories, or because it is a philosophy topic, so there are many philosophies around the your आपका ethics itself. But in your curriculum they have given three. Utilitarianism, which is based on the consequences. Consequences means what utilitarianism says, it is आपका, it judges an action based on the outcome of that particular action. Let's say there is a person who have done some act. Up this action is ethical when it is giving benefit to maximum and even it is harming to minimum, right? So we generally consider the outcome आपका, right? It work on the principle of greatest happiness. So your action is आपका morally correct, ethically correct when it is maximizing the pleasure and happiness of maximum people. So consequences oriented आपका, greatest happiness for a greatest number, action are judged solely on the basis of the outcome itself. So that is the आपका utilitarianism. When it comes to deontology is based on the rules and regulation. It is something आपका कि we have some, it is something आपका bureaucracy, ठीक है, we have some आपका predefined rules and regulation. So we are judging people action based on the adherence of these rules and regulation. There is a person who did some act, maybe it आपका it has this much of negative impact, this much of positive impact. This action can be positive if, or आपका this action can be defined as ethical if that person have followed the rules and regulation as per deontology, ठीक है, duty and rules कि everyone is having आपका it does not consider the outcome consequences, right? Action are intrinsically right or wrong regardless of outcome if you are following the areas itself. Now next one we have virtue ethics. Virtue ethics is something ki we have some universal virtues आपका, right? Like honesty, empathy and all. So we are judging person based on the whole life of the person, not just one action. So when you are judging a person, you are not judging person based on a single act. You are judging based on throughout the life. Maybe in that single act, he or she did some crime, but in the whole life, he or she was something else. So we are judging people based on the adherence. Key in maximum. Let's say 5 action. In 5 action, this is the event happened only once, otherwise that person was very good, as the policing system do na. So first they do the background check. That is something they are applying the virtue ethics. So developing moral character to achieve आपका eudaimonia is something आपका that self actualization or the ultimate happiness and all, which generally comes under this particular one. All right guys, clear है इतना? Everyone got this particular one. तो utilitarianism आपका utilitarianism, which is all about the consequences, the greater good principle, right? So it is like how your action, if your action is giving happiness to greater one and aapka loss to minimum, even we are not considering the intent in others, it is just based on the outcome. Deontology is based on adherence to rules and regulations aapka, right? And when it comes to virtue ethics, it is based on the आपका the virtues, ठीक है? This is something around the how we are following the those, how we are adopting those particular trait or following those particular virtues itself, right? Now when it comes to the another part, that is your corporate governance. So corporate governance is all about how a corporate is governed. अब who govern a corporate? Board of directors. Government used to say na good governance, right? It is like कि whenever we are making आपका any decision, we are considering each and every part of the state or population. That is good governance in term of government. Similarly, in corporate governance, it is आपका shareholders priority. Means when we are making any decision, we are considering each and every party which get affected with that particular decision. That is called your corporate governance, right? The corporate governance and ethical, moral and value based framework that guide how organization are directed and controlled. It ensure business decision balance economic growth and social and societal responsibilities. Key aspect under this one: move organization beyond pure profit making to serving society responsibility. Involve rule politic आपका rules, policies, control and procedures to achieve the corporate objective. Emphasis आपका transparency, accountability, responsibility and आपका probity. Give the importance of the board of directors and how they are making decision. So this is something which generally comes. So this is something ki how we are आपका acting at on the ethical grounds, right? So this is ki how whenever you're making any decision, you are considering the each and every party which get affected with that particular decision. So corporate governance refer to a system, process, framework by which companies are directed, managed and controlled for the benefit of all stakeholders. It primarily conduct the board of directors because they are the representative of shareholders. They are having ultimate responsibility. Focus on balancing economic growth, individual, societal and ethical. ensuring आपका healthy relationship, ownership this, emphasis transparency, accountability, responsibility. So the core elements are like vision, mission and all, they generally comes under this particular one. Then a easy one, I guess, right? So strategy आपका, the key strategies to achieve good governance. First one is आपका follow the 4 P's: people, determine purpose, आपका process and performance, performance evaluation. Purpose आपका, it is align governance with the company mission vision. Process, align goal through the well defined process. Performance, measure outcome and bridge the gap between the objective. So one approach is 4 P's approach: people, purpose, process and performance. Adherence to core principle, the moral ground: accountability, participation, consensus, transparency and all these particular one. Equity आपका, what we generally expect from the organization, or stakeholders which expect from the organization. Ensure board of director play a strong leadership role. Implement governance आपका strategically and आपका fairly. Balance interest of all stakeholders, shareholders, आपका management board, customers, suppliers and community itself. So whoever get affected with the आपका decision of that particular organization itself. So that is something what generally comes under this particular one, right? The corporate governance. Okay. Next one we have CSR, the third pillar आपका. So corporate social responsibility. It is responsibility around the society, right? So it is mandated also by law, or it is आपका by choice also, right? Mostly it is suggested by choice, but in some cases it is mandated also. So the traditional view आपका, Adam Smith or Milton, how they define: the sole responsibility of business is to perform its economic function, wealth of nation, basically maximize profit and leave social function to government. Earlier focus was around ki business, as a business you should work around the profit maximization only. But modern view आपका, Paul Samuelson and others, social responsibility is an inherent feature. Corporation draw heavily from the society. They are taking advantages of society. So they must act as a custodian of public welfare in आपका reciprocal action. Earlier it was like the focus was around the money generation, profit generation. But now modern management, they says ki if you are doing the business in society, you are part of society, so you are having some sort of obligations toward the society. So CSR is a triple bottom line approach, balancing profit, people and the planet itself. So profit for the organization, people for the आपका the social responsibility, and environment is environmental responsibility, right? So economic responsibility, legal आपका, ethical, and we have the another one is your this next one is basically your people responsibility or something, which is not clear here. So that is all about your areas. Now let's quickly practice few questions. In next session we will be practicing more and more question around this. So which of the following statement correctly reflect the conceptual essence of business ethics? So business ethics only concern legal compliance and tax payment. No, this is completely wrong. Business ethics is voluntary, self-imposed framework guiding business conduct आपका beyond the legal obligations. This is true. The third one is the sole focus on business ethic is profit maximization. Completely wrong. Business ethics balance profit motive with shareholders, moral value, and legal norms. 100% true. Ethical code are designed primarily for large multinational. No, it is for all. 2 and 4 means option D will be right answer for this particular one. Easy one, I guess, right? So business ethics आपका go beyond the compliances, and ethics do not prioritize the profit, and आपका it is ethic are applicable to all businesses, not limited to bigger organization. True characteristics of the business ethics. So first, business ethics help आपका reduce risk and cost, improving internal discipline. Ethics is ethics in business legally enforceable under all complex laws, not. Business ethics encourage fair competition and avoid monopolistic behavior. True है. Business ethics ensure long-term sustainability by protecting shareholders' interest. The reward punishment system cannot be aligned with आपका business ethical adherence. It can be in some cases. तो 134 आपका law based business ethics आपका this will be up to 134. We do not have we have option C should be right answer. Ethic can be integrated into HR system through the incentive, or there was one another point आपका so that is the case. Next one, guys. Which of the following statement correctly distinguish ethics from the moral and value? So moral imposed by the society, whereas ethics are principle driven and self-reflective. This is true. Value are collective rules enforced by the government. No, they are from the cultural and all things. This should be wrong, right? Values are personal actually. This is not enforced by the government in this. Ethics guide action while value reflect what it is important and desirable. The next one is morality. Morality and ethics are identical. No, they are different. Yeah. And not interchangeable also. Interchangeable can be, but not identical. Ethics require rational judgment, where the moral are often driven by the belief in religion. This is true. 135. 135 means option C will be right answer. Ethics and moral are related but not identical. This is the one. Ethics are the broader scope in this. Value are personal and or organizational. They are not enforced by the government itself. Next one. Select the statements that highlight the strategic importance of ethics in contemporary businesses. Ethical conduct improve brand image and build a public trust. Business can sustain unethical practices indefinitely. No, this is wrong. Business ethics help align internal practices with stakeholder expectations. Yes. Customer really care about the ethical आपका unless a law is violated. No, customer do care about the ethics. Ethical principle promote transparency and support long-term growth also. Yes, 135 means option B will be right answer for this. But you guys are answering or not? So accurately relate आपका ethical practices and within an organization. Ethic can help prevent malpractices like adulteration and frauds आपका true है. Business ethics oppose all form of profit making. No. Ethical practices improve employer-employee relationship. This is आपका true. The next one is business ethics emphasis voluntary adherence over the legal enforcement. This is true. Ethical ethics encourage dominance by eliminating competitors through any means. No, this is also wrong. The 134 means option B should be right answer for this particular. No one is answering, I guess. Yeah. So I'll keep like there are some other question also. Please go through these particular one. Right. And tomorrow we will be doing one set of practice. Okay. So we have done with all the 25 units आपका from your HRM things. Okay, guys. So please go through this, but I'll upload, resend all these particular PDF in the chat section or already uploaded in the आपका PDF section also. So you can go through that particular one. Tomorrow session we will be doing only on application. So please go through that particular one, and we will be practicing all units aapka questions. Then day after tomorrow, I'll be giving you a content gist also, right? So this is it from my side, guys. Thank you for joining this session. Thank you for watching this session. See you tomorrow at same time, 7 o'clock, and we will continue this particular discussion itself. All right. So this is it. Bye bye. Take care all. Good night. Thank you, guys. Thank you.